I got the sign, better stay alive. You said it now, said it stop. I got the sign, better stay alive. You said it now, said it stop. Ooh, that's a 301, home as a bullet to the chest, and the young falling off, oh God. All this gas making you pop, and the guts when I drop, if your body in a pile, let it rot. Shield cells got a lot, what you move, you a bob, what you fade like a thought, slow down, what a bang, what your life, what your train, never getting off the train, never drop another game. Yo, 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 yo. I got the sun, better stay alive. You said it now, said it stop. I got the sun, better stay alive. Said it now, said it stop. I got the sun, better stay alive. You said it now, said it stop. I got the sun, better stay alive. Said it now, said it stop.
I'm no longer solo, even though, you know, it's like my favorite part of the night is the Series E pre-show where Tyler just sits on the couch and babbles on. The staff had a different thing to say about that and said we got to get Tyler some help out there because he is drowning this deep in water. So Luke Shimon Hebrew
joining us live, Esports Arena, Orange County Studio. It's Series E Week 2, Week 3.
Week 3, you almost nailed it.
Open day,
Tuesday, the opportunity for you, a competitor in Apex, to compete against Esports Arena's pro teams, sponsored by almost all these brands that are inside this studio right now. Speaking of a brand that's inside the studio right now, TomCat.
Woo! TomCat Week, baby.
If you didn't watch Draft Day, you sure missed out. We announced TomCat as a partner of Series E. The reason we have TomCat as a partner of Series E is because individuals like to hide in the game of Apex Legends. OMG Ronnie. So what we do with that is basically when we have a player hiding, we like to go to that player's camera and then we zoom in on them, and it's called the rat cam, the TomCat rat cam, which means we got a rat problem.
We have a rat
There's
problem.
a rat problem in the game.
But luckily, TomCat is there to scratch him out.
So we always try to find the TomCat. Are you going to be the TomCat today who kills the rat in game and takes care of that rodent problem? We'll find out.
I just love when a rat gets scanned by a bloodhound, and then it's just
It's
like that's the TomCat. There it is.
He starts booking it. Hey, I like that cat. Steph Clutch
They got some good
TV.
emotes, dude.
Yeah.
People have the greatest emotes.
That is not a TomCat, but
It's close.
also it looks like a really cute cat. I wouldn't trust that cat in that emote to take care of my rodent problem, to be honest. That one, on the other hand, I think that one's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I was like,
That thing is
I'm
scary
worried
looking.
for my own safety, let alone the rodents to get them out of here.
I got this black cat with green eyes, crumbing at me like it's gonna attack. I mean,
Very pretty.
yeah,
cat.
if I'm a rat or if I'm a
It's like almost like
rodent,
a panther.
yeah, that's a problem. TomCat also takes care of all sorts of rodent problems: squirrels, skunks, deer. Deer's not really a rodent, but it can be problematic if they're consistently in your garden eating all your food. We don't have this real problem. We don't have too much of this problem in Southern California, but like all
don't
throughout the
even know
rest
if
of the
I've
United
seen
States,
a
they
deer.
have it. You haven't? What do you mean?
Like,
I saw.
where would I see it?
So we were in Scottsdale
Yeah.
on Sunday, and me, Frank, and Travis, we golfed at Frank's dad's country club.
Nice. So where, guys? Don't
And
worry.
oh,
You've
by
been
the
to
way,
country
I
club?
beat Frank for the first time at golf.
Yeah, Frank, I heard you golf terribly.
Yeah, he
Like, what
golfed
was it,
terribly.
101?
Yeah, terribly.
110 you hit?
No, I don't want to go into our golf score because they're all not good. And so, but I did shoot a PR, personal record. I shot an 88. For those of you who are wondering, that's pretty good for me, guys. All right, stop clowning me on.
I can
on
download
this.
Apex on my Switch. You can actually.
Oh, there we go. Cartesian throwing that. Oh, yeah, that's the one because it's TomCat week. That's the one you got to do. Sub to Esports Arena, and you're going to get that TomCat in chat. Anyway, back to my golf story. So I birdied actually hole number 14 on the course. It was sick, dude. I was underneath this tree, and the problem was like the tree was like right above my head. And so I'm like lining up my ball, and it's sitting on a bad angle because my drive wasn't that great. And so then I'm going like this. I just like winging a prayer, and I just chucked it, hit the tree. Stuff goes falling everywhere. My ball hits the branches, but guess where it goes? About 6 feet away from the pin. Do you know how far 6 feet away is? About this far. All right.
I feel like I wasn't prepared for this segment. The golfing with Tyler segment.
It's clearly in the talking
I'm
points.
sorry, I didn't read them ahead of time. I didn't know.
Anyway, yeah, we were hanging out at his dad's house afterwards, and a bunch of buck, like deer with huge antlers, were just hanging out at his house. Not at his house.
But like right on the
Yeah,
range
we had a
or
beer
whatever.
with him. It was awesome.
We had a beer with him.
So,
How many
anywho.
games are there tonight? 6 games tonight.
Oh,
How
yeah,
many
6
sponsored
games.
teams made ALGS playoffs?
Oh,
How
actually,
many sponsored teams?
Dude's
That's a-
Night Out,
Dude's Night Out.
which is it's Abe's Applejacks,
Yep.
right? Mm-hmm. So Applejacks made, I think so. The
Nice.
LCQ, they made it just over this weekend.
There's always 6 games. Yep, that's true.
Yep. Thanks for clarifying that. Anyway, yeah, I think Applejacks is in, and then I
Nice.
also think like, isn't Ronnie in? But is he on a different team?
I have no
Ronnie's
idea.
been tweeting out saying that he's like all pumped because he made qualifiers for ALGS, so he's going to be making playoffs.
I
But
don't know. I'm going to need my stat team in the back to tell me which
Yeah,
Series E
yeah,
teams
okay,
made
yeah, we just
qualifiers.
got this in. We know nothing.
Nice.
Anyway, so yes, Series E, Tuesday, week 3, TomCat week.
Yes.
You got a rodent problem. They are literally, this is what they say, so it has to be true because they get vetted by this stuff, but the best rodent control in the game.
Boom,
So
bam.
TomCat, if you have the problem, I personally did have that problem. I had to take care of it. TomCat literally took care of it. I'm not kidding. They really did. Anywho, so we got some talking points. Series has been fun.
Series E-
I'm loving this season.
Season 2 has been a blast.
Except for pro nights, because our teams are continually on the right side of the leaderboard, which is 10 through 20.
And for
So
reference,
not
yeah,
good.
it's not the
best-
correct side
That's
of
not
the
the
leaderboard.
right side to be on. It's the right side to be on.
Yeah.
Or it's the right side they're on. At any rate, but one team that was not on the right side of the leaderboard last week was Pop-Tarts.
Yep. Farmer Lucas, Stomps, Impulsive Dreams.
Farmer Lucas, Pop-Tarts player.
He's a vet himself.
Last season.
Yep.
So he's a vet. Do you think that gave him some sort of advantage? Do you think, why is he all of a sudden doing so much better this season with this new team than they did last season?
You know, Series E just gives you that opportunity to try out these new rosters, right? To find a team that might have a little bit more synergy, might, fit a little bit better to your play style. I think that's something that Farmer Lucas didn't have with the original Pop-Tarts roster, and now being able to bring in parts of the crafting team, which performed really, really well in Season 1 as well of Series E, being able to kind of fuse those teams together and just kind of mix up a new roster. And with Farmer Lucas's and Crafting's experience just competing in Series E in general must be helpful, right? Because the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday is astronomical, and being able to know what to do on each individual day, where to drop, who to target, etc., who to stay away from.
And he's had this time he's had this time to compete in Series E, which is a custom server.
Right.
So he's had like, 3-4 months of competing, 5 months competing in custom servers, essentially.
8 months.
For us, really?
Yeah.
Because we've been hosting.
Yeah,
we did some some not
long
Series E
time,
stuff.
long
Yeah,
time, a
ago.
lot of games.
I don't know why we're showing cooler stuff here, guys, but and it was also like Intel. Is it because they die from Pop-Tarts?
Oh, I don't know.
But anyway, so yeah, regardless, Pop-Tarts and Farmer Lucas and the crew, formerly known as Farm Boys, absolutely playing out of their mind.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think that last season, last place.
Literally
Farmer Lucas was last place.
last
I mean,
place.
like, far last place, too. No offense, fellas. But all of a sudden, he got the shift and turned the heat on. So congrats to those guys. Pro Day, they got 55 points, so that was pretty epic. Third place in Pro Day. Whereas I'm almost positive everyone except for maybe Pringles was all the way on 10 through 12.
So last week on Pro Day, it was definitely the only people that even showed up were Pop-Tarts and Intel. So
Intel did.
Intel
That's
had
right.
a pretty good showing on Pro
I thought it
Day.
was Pringles.
Pringles had an incredible showing on Open Day last week,
yeah, they
which
did.
we'll touch on in a second here. But that, like, specifically, it was literally just Intel and Pop-Tarts that could even compete in that lobby. And again, we're in the early weeks of Season 2, right? So some of these rosters are still getting used to where they're going to land, like the PIs, right? Like,
Are they landing in a much safer zone than a lot of these other teams, maybe?
I mean, that's the thing. Is like if you don't have your own dedicated spot that you're always landing on, it's like you're free falling, just trying not to land on TSM or Cooler or like whoever.
Yeah,
right?
who was landing on top of each other last week that just kept fighting each other?
I want to say it was Cheez-It and Pringles were 50-50ing all day.
I don't know if it was Pringles. I know it was Cheez-Its.
Nope, it was Cheez-It and Intel.
You're right. And Intel stomped on them.
Stomped them like I think 4 out of 6 games. They
And
won the 50-50.
Cheez-It was kind of our secret pick anyway. I mean, it was Shane's pick for draft day, but we were bummed that he took it first. But they were kind of our secret pick to take.
Team Superior. Rack is back, right? Joey Blackout, Project Ace is such an incredible roster across the board, just vets in the Battle Royale space in general, and they haven't been able to pull it out. And that's almost just because
that drop spot.
The early 50-50s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and that's such a, I mean, does Team Cheez-It drop somewhere else tonight or this week?
I mean, it was Lava City was the contention point.
It was?
Yeah, Lava City.
All right, so we'll find out. Lava City, Team Cheez-It, what are you guys doing? We'll find out on Cheez-It Week, too, because we interview those guys as well. But it'd be good to go back to that because Intel just absolutely destroyed them. Cheez-Its was, I think, probably close to last place last week because they just could not get out of those 50-50 battles.
Dude,
so
the in-game lobby chat is so funny. They're like, I'm going Lava City. He's like, I don't care. I'm going anyway. See you there. You know what I mean? Like, because they're always trying to because nobody wants
all these guys
50-50.
know each other, too. All these guys know each other.
It's just friendly banter, you know, and whatnot.
Some of it's friendly,
Dude,
right?
it gets pretty crazy in the chat. Don't
bet
worry.
it does.
We don't take any screenshots, and a couple of you guys are lucky for that.
Play nice, fellas.
You know who I'm talking about.
You know who you are. Speaking of playing nice, Team Pringles has been playing nice. I mean, these guys, number one in our pros, Esports Arena's pro signings. It's the best team that we have right now. Team Pringles last season, completely different roster, actually did fairly well as well, but disbanded. So now we got a whole new set of guys. If you haven't seen their interview from draft day, it's worth a watch.
Absolutely.
Go back in the VODs, watch their draft day interview because those guys were out of it, to say the least, but also elated. They were very happy to be a part of Team Pringles. Pony Gang.
Got it.
Is who it was. It's Ponyhead and then a couple other guys. And the boys. Ponyhead and the boys. Ponyhead didn't even talk. He was laughing so much and just having such a blast.
He was just too excited to have such a cool partner. But yeah, Pringles coming back, winning Open Day. Huge deal.
Winning Open Day Tuesday. Did pretty well. I mean, I think they did fairly well on Wednesday.
They got a decent amount of points, right? But even like you take season 1, you got a team like Razor that dominated in points, right? Dominated. Most of those points are from them winning Tuesdays, right? Those Wednesdays are really difficult, hard lobbies. They should be, right?
So you got to bring your A game on Tuesday. It's a strategy then, right?
Tuesday is the day that you need to farm
hover
points.
mid-round, hover mid leaderboard on Wednesdays. Obviously, try to go
Wednesday. You're playing to prove what you got. You're playing to practice for the ALGS. You're playing to make sure that you guys have the right comp. You're making the right rotations, etc. Tuesdays, you guys gotta get the points. You know what I mean?
Speaking of points, guess how many points they have?
69.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. I swear to God, I guessed.
Yeah, I know you did. I only would have asked him because I knew he would have guessed it right. Anyway, so they're in first place of our partner teams.
Yep.
That was what they got last Wednesday night with 69 points. Sorry, they have 191 points total for our season. And from first to last, we have Farmer Lucas, who stayed on board. He's got himself a new squad. He went from last to first. Our number one squad that stayed all together, not number one, but a squad that stayed all together, the only squad that stayed fully together is Nestle Pure Life. find themselves at the bottom of the leaderboard of our pro teams. What's with them? What's going on? Is keeping the same crew a good move or a bad move?
So, I mean, when I had a chance to talk to them on draft day, it was a lot about, like, learning how to improve their play style, right? It was more about like, okay, we don't need to only rely on Ronnie to potentially, get those placement points for us, right? So we saw a little bit of Ronnie kind of dipping and diving out of situations last week or the last couple weeks, but overall, I feel like they've really been just committing their play style to being like, okay, we need to win this fight in order to win the game.
Okay.
It's like we're playing to win,
So
we're playing to improve.
They're pretty aggro then.
I think so.
You think so?
I think they're just playing differently, and because of that, they're probably making some mistakes and getting themselves third-partied or not making the rotation quick enough or whatever it might be. But I want to say that the reason that they're down there, and I mean, they're not dragging too bad. There's plenty of, they're about 100 points behind first place, and we're only in week 3. There's a lot of weeks left to be able to make those points.
The key is just to be right here.
The key is to snag that 4th place spot, and I think they can do it. It's all about consistency, and I think right now they're just learning the new lobbies, right? These are lobbies that necessarily haven't played all together before. They're learning where the landing spots are, where the best rotations might be, etc. Right? And even then too, like, there's been some nerfs to their overall normal team comp, and especially Wraith, right? The hitbox nerfs.
Oh, that's
Ronnie
a good point. That's probably the biggest
hurt.
thing.
It might hurt him also on the ratting side. I don't know.
Yeah. That's actually probably a really good point. So I like this a lot. By the way, Mobile One leaderboard, guys. Shout out to Mobile One, one of the great partners of Series E as well. Luke is going through. We made playoffs because of Tyler. Hell
and
yeah!
His infinite wisdom.
Hell yeah! Aves, that's what I'm talking about. Apple Jacks, baby.
Apple Jacks.
A dude's night out. Can I be one of the dudes? Aves, can I be one of the dudes? I feel like I'm dude enough.
And it's so funny seeing
I like nights out.
a team like Apple Jacks, it was Apple Jacks week last week, and they didn't have a super stellar performance.
Yeah, but
then they go into the weekend.
They go in the week. They
and
came in.
crush it.
They came in. They were hyped up on Applejack's Jumbo Snacks, which is cereal magnified, and they came in and crushed it during ALGS LCQ. Congrats, Aves, for tuning in, and your whole squad out there as well, Team Applejacks. Let's go. You guys crushed it. Anyway, leaderboard. This stuff is great. Top 4 keep their spots moving into the next season. Again, it's important to note. All of these teams, every player on here is getting paid $750 a month from Esports Arena to participate in Series E. So it is important to keep that top 4 spot. We're moving right along here because I'm sure the lobbies are popping off, or we may have to, I don't know, I hear there's issues with the latest update with the servers and stuff like that. So
I don't know. Mercy Only really wants us to start the lobby in chat.
Okay,
and
there you
so
go.
I think it gives us a good leeway to talk about Mercy Only, and his super positive attitude in chat is a newly signed player from the Charlotte Phoenix on South State.
There we go. Charlotte, South State. South State's been popping off. Mercy Only. Just found this out. I don't know if there's a tweet. We asked if we could find the tweet. We could throw it up here. That'd be great. If not, go through there.
Whoa.
But Charlotte Phoenix, holy smokes, we're giving them a bunch of. Oh, this is the video.
I love it.
Wow. Charlotte Phoenix. There we go. So congrats to South State. You guys are doing pretty well in competing in Series E. So obviously you guys were going to potentially qualify automatically into the next season and make $750 a month each. So
I hope they're paying you good.
Hopefully they're paying you good. Exactly.
Overall, super exciting.
Or your contract short. I don't know. Sorry, no offense. Just kidding. Congrats, fellas, on getting signed.
We love seeing new orgs come
true.
into the space. That's the whole reason Series E, obviously, generating more and more hype, bringing in those orgs. So welcome to the scene, Charlotte Phoenix. Great to have you. Great team you guys scooped up, and I'm excited to see how they participate in Series E and everything else.
Absolutely. All right, last bit of thing. Well, not the last bit. One last thing. Stomps is our new kill leader from Pop-Tarts. Makes sense.
We were talking about them earlier.
Coming in with 39 kills. So I think Pop-Tarts is the dark horse this season, as they really kind of showed the cards as being last place last season, and now they're coming in hot this season. Lol, I love you guys. I love you too, bro.
Yeah, I know. What's up, Mercy? Congrats, bro. Huge pickup. Really excited for that. And they're playing tonight, so it's gonna be good.
Hey fellas, do we need to actually? Is the lobby ready, or are we good to keep talking about the last thing here? Okay, right on. So hey guys, server issues. Like I said, it's
Steam again.
Is it Steam again?
It's Steam again, guys. Just download Origin. Like.
Oh yeah, Luke, I heard him before he got in here to talk with me on stream. He said, if you don't download the game, kick him.
Kick him. Get out. Like, guys.
Mercy Only wants to start the lobby. If you keep Mercy Only waiting, we got to kick you.
He literally, and I quote, will unleash his wrath on you. All caps, baby. All caps.
All caps.
Okay?
Literally. He's all capping us right now.
I don't know.
I'm excited. Me too. Me
South
too,
State
Cat
100%
Tropolis.
deserves that. Yep, we're all about it. We love,
They did.
we love
They
shedding
did.
that light.
They
We love,
honestly.
I mean, top of the board.
They've been making us look. They've been honestly making our teams look. They've been embarrassing.
But I mean,
they're number one in points overall.
But think
I
about
think.
it. It
They're
makes
the 2B1
sense, though.
seed from last season.
Yeah, but think about it. It makes sense. You know who's on that team.
Oh, Mercy only from Razor. Again, the guy's been playing in custom servers. He's been playing against the pros. He's been doing this now for almost 5 months. So yes, that's good practice. It's much better practice than just going into
we
a
didn't
lobby,
even talk
right?
about Razor tonight.
We didn't even talk about Razor. We talked about
Exactly.
Mercy only because Mercy only is in chat.
Where you at, Team Razor?
Mercy only, thanks for the sub, by the way. Psych. So moving on. Amazon Prime, you have it? Anyway, just kidding, Mercy.
Walmart Prime, you have it?
Oh, Walmart. Oh, Walmart Prime. Look, we'll take Amazon.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
We'll take Amazon's money.
It's TomCat week. You know that?
It is
Do you know we're
TomCat
doing
week.
giveaways?
Look, yes. So giveaways brings me to what we're going to start next week.
Oh,
We're starting.
yeah, it's big.
It's big.
It's big to all you subs in chat. Let me tell you
Yeah,
that.
if you're subbing, it's a great segue from Clown and Mercy for not subbing. Maybe he is a sub and I just didn't know it. Sorry, dude. But we are starting our game show next week. So if you sub to Esports Arena, we are picking subs at random, and you get to compete in a game show very similar to Deal or No Deal.
Ever
We're
heard of
calling
it?
Deal or Steal, which is essentially we are the bankers, Esports Arena is the bankers, and we're offering up an Xbox Series X, Xbox One, the original Xbox One used slightly.
The Xbox 360. Don't worry, it comes with Halo 2. No, we got an Xbox Series X. We got
Xbox
Series
Series
E
X,
jerseys. We got
Series E
Razor
jerseys,
gear.
Razor gear. I mean, the Razor. Everyone loved the
Apex
Razor
coins?
stuff. Apex coins were giving away. Pop-Tart cans.
Ever heard of them?
Pringles cans. Sorry, Pop-Tart boxes.
I was just rolling with
you
it.
can get those. You're just rolling with. So that is starting next week. We're do it live during the stream. So if you're a sub of Esports Arena, we can pick you, and you can actually win these prizes. And it's fun to just be a part of this game show. So tune in next week. That's going to be a ton of fun. And sub to Esports Arena.
Speaking of subs, Mercy only with the tier 1 sub in chat.
Oh,
Remember,
that's what I'm
guys,
talking about. Thank
all
you,
you have
Mercy.
to do is sub,
Thank you.
And you have a chance to get entered into our game show.
Thank you.
And speaking of other things that we're giving away, guys, is at TomCat Week, we're giving away tons of Esports Arena merch
Yep.
to go along
Yep.
with your rat traps, guys.
Yep, and we're gonna
Exclamation point giveaway.
if you win, we're sending a rat to your house. You're not gonna know where it is, so you need to get some TomCat items to take care of that rodent problem. So just FYI, if you win, we will secretly put a rat in your house, and you won't know about it. With that,
Don't give us your
going
address.
on to Series E. It is open night, fellas. We have Tom and Jamerson on the other side of this little opening video, but we'll see you on halftime, I think. We're gonna come back and have some more fun during halftime. Signing off. See you guys then. Peace.
Series E.
Series E.
Series E. Apex Legends.
Apex Legends.
Series E. Series E. Apex Legends.
Series E Apex Legends starts right now. All right, thank you so much, Luke and co. So this is Series E, of course, and it is going to be TomCat Week, and we have a special guest for us this week. We got Lion joining us on deck. Lion, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Jamerson?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Fantastic. It's great to actually have you on. You know, we had you on for Series E Season 1, and now you've been competing. Of course, it's been fantastic. And so it's going to be amazing to have your insight. But let's go ahead and talk about the format for today. So today is going to be, of course, the open registration night. So our 9 partnered squads will be facing off against the 11 sign-up teams. And typically how we do it, we've got 6 matches going on tonight. We've got $500 on the line as well, $350 going to first place, $150 going to second place. And the point distribution, I mean, no one's a stranger to this at this point, right? It's all the same. 12 points if you get first place in a match, all the way down to 15th, getting you 1 point. Then of course every single kill point mattering here. But let's go ahead and talk about kind of how the season has been shaping up. What are we seeing in terms of the competitive formats, competitive compositions, and like the overall meta of Apex Legends right now, Lion?
You know, that's exactly what I was actually wondering myself, because there has been some serious updates with Caustic getting a major nerf, Wraith's hitbox. It's causing a lot of these teams to change their comps, and I'm actually really interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing, of course, there's still a lot of like edge fighting compositions and such, but
Yeah.
we're still seeing, like, now we're seeing some Pathfinder coming back into the fray. What are your thoughts on that?
I love seeing Pathfinder come back. It brings me back to the original days of Apex competitive. It was the good old Pathfinder, Watson, Wraith, and it's just great to see.
Yeah, I mean, a lot has changed, and it's been great to
Yeah.
see kind of the shifting in compositions. I do kind of miss seeing a lot of the Horizons. I had a lot of fun playing with Horizon when she originally came out. But let's go ahead and talk about the teams that'll be competing today. Of course, we have our 9 partner squads, but here's some new names I'm not really familiar with. So a team like the Death Star, I don't know if you're familiar with them, or Team Atlantis. And then I see some new, some older names that are actually kind of like the first time we've seen them here at Series E. So RCO Esports, Holiday, Nando, and Bam. I haven't seen Nando in quite some time as well, but it's refreshing to see some older people from the competitive scene.
It's amazing to see some old names coming in, and also it's Charlotte Phoenix's debut as they just announced their roster. So I'm excited to see how they're going to perform.
Yeah, I'm not entirely familiar with Charlotte Phoenix as a brand. I tried looking them up real quickly. Looked like they had some inroads with Rocket League and some other stuff. So really cool to see, of course, new organizations, especially getting involved with Apex Legends. I mean, that's kind of our goal right here with Series E, not just to help the players, but also make it easier for a lot of new organizations as well to try and find their way into the scene. So this is very exciting news. But what teams are you looking out for today here on our open night to really show up across our 6 games?
Today I believe Team Rockstar, Team Rice Krispie Treats, Team Intel. There's so many good teams. This is you're putting me on the spot. It's so hard to choose just one. A lot of these players are my friends, and they're all amazing players, and I'm actually really excited to watch this go down.
I completely agree with you. I mean, you've been competing in Apex for a long ass time, to be honest, right? And so when you have all these friends that you've played with, you've scrimmed with, and you're able to just banter around with, it's hard to just pick one team, and especially when honestly it just comes down to the day, right? Which team is just going to be on point. And when we talk about that, we have to talk about consistency. And one of the most consistent teams really we've been having here in Series E, they haven't been able to be, earn a partner spot yet, is Flashpoint. We have to talk about them. Cubsky, Frapper, and Protectful coming in. The squad's a little bit different here, but Cubsky typically tends to lead his squads pretty well here in Series E.
Yeah, Cubsky always has very well positioning. Majority of games you'll always find him in one of the best spots in the game. They do struggle on kill points, but I believe with the right team they could make that happen.
Yeah, and we do have to talk about that, right? And the kind of diametrically opposed ways to play the game, where you have the edge of zone versus finding a spot in the middle of what you think is going to be the end game. Try to find the best spot possible, and a lot of times it's hard to have that balancing act, right? Of being able to find kill points. A lot of times, though, if you survive to the end of the game, you should be able to get some kill points. Well, we're going to find out how the squads approach this as we head into game number 1. Of course, all 6 games will be played here on World's Edge, and we are joining on board with Team Cheeza for our first drop. And so they will be dropping over at Lava City. We've been seeing this 50-50 taking place. Right now, we're joining on board with Team Intel, who are now over at Thermal Station. And so it looks like we are not going to be getting that 50-50. And so it's going to be maybe a different one. There is someone ahead of him. The 6 has one. He's only got the Re-45 and the P2020, though. If he had the hammer point, that'd be nice. He does have the ability to catch up on that Pathfinder, cracking that armor, but he still just does not have the kill potential with that. I wonder who is facing off against them here.
And he has to be careful not to overextend with Pathfinder chasing down this solo, because he doesn't want to split too far from his team, and he always wants to position himself in a 1v1 basically. Having that height advantage or having that health advantage would be great for him.
Yeah, and you know, I love what they've finally done to Pathfinder, removing the low profile and adjusting
amazing.
the hook cooldown on his hook. Remember the original nerf? It felt like an eternity once you would use your Q to have it back up. It just did not feel like the same guy. But here it is. Team Rockstar actually in a fight right now. Nacho gets the first knock onto Tech as they turn around. Purple armor on that Wraith. Eva 8 just does not have the finishing power there as Matt Pickett has to back away into Caustic Gas as well. Peach has gone down and Nacho picking up 2 now. Matt Pickett with almost no HP left has to rely upon his arm shield here to try and win out this fight. Hitting for the 7 and the 25. Oh, these are paltry sums here. Matt Pickett might not be able to survive long enough. He doesn't have any heals, it looks like, as his teammates do get thirsted off. And oh boy, he is getting hounded down and he will go down. Awkward Turtle picks that one up as Team Intel now. They are pushing their 50-50, taking out Seiko and Gordo. And we're already down to 16 squads. 45 players remaining. And here's the third party coming out from LonelyFans.
And back to that Rockstar fight, I'm not exactly too sure what happened. They had an easy 2v1, and I'm not sure if Pickett wasn't able to connect the I know Gibby with Eva is very hard to use, always ADSing. It's an awkward gun to use with Gibby, so maybe that was the problem. But they should have definitely, they had a 2v1 and they had the advantage. It's awful to see them lose that.
All right, it looks like the circle will be pulling down here, Lion, to Thermal Station, as we do have LonelyFans. They've taken circle building, and it looks like Team Intel are thinking that maybe this one just ends on that platform again. I mean, it has been a very prevalent one that we've seen quite frequently here in Series E, seen it in ALGS. Oh boy, Blueberry Smalls, you got to be careful. You know there's a team on the other side there, because now they have to back up, and Blight, you know, he doesn't decide to block the door with his barrel. Instead, we'll just go ahead and body block it. It's going to leave him vulnerable to that thermite, as Team Intel now are going to go ahead and full send it, waiting for these barrels to end as the nades are going to be used. So maybe LonelyFans survive long enough here and Intel have to call it on this fight.
And you have to be very careful taking fights this early on in end game spots, because so many teams are rotating in and there's a lot of third party potential. So if this fight lasts for too long, you could see a third party coming in very, very quick, which would not be good for either teams.
This is a lot of utility being used by either side as well. That was at least 6 or 7 nades coming out from LonelyFans. You gotta imagine that they're scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of loot at this point when you rotate back quickly now. But they are full committing onto this, it looks like, as the bubble has been used. They get peeked, hitting for the 90 there with that Hemlocks. Metro is gonna get that first knock onto Android Dreamer. It's gonna be a 2v2 though, as 6 does go down, but he trades his body for that play, as Panders is there to follow up along with Metro. The Q has been used. He's gonna grab this last bit of intel as he goes for the kidnap to actually stop that res. And now they have to try and push him, but here comes the EMP, and that was the third party that you were talking about, Lion.
Yep, and you have to be very careful, especially taking early fights on it in an endgame spot. This is what I was trying to talk about earlier. It's just there's so many teams rotating in, the third party's bound to come. Now Kubsky, Protectable, and Frapper, now they all have free utility, free heals, one of the best spots in the game, and they're looking pretty solid right now.
Yeah, and we have to remember that Intel gave up that platform to the west. That's where they were setting up for. That's where it looked like they were. The ring is more than likely going to pull. Now, like you said, Flashpoint, they're going to have their utility. They didn't have to use any of that for the fight. And Panders is just left here in a 1v3, trying to force them back. But we'll see if he can even recover these banners here as he goes for the peek and now almost gets the knock there. 35 on that final shot. He's not going to be enough, as we've got a fight over here for Team Cheez It. Rakanishi was able to just finish one off. We're already down to 13 squads, 36 players remaining, as the ring will go ahead and continue to pull down the thermal. It's the tree rotate coming out from Team Cheez It. Pop-Tarts in a fight over here at No Name. There's, oh, we got an Octane in play. All right. I wonder if it's the Rev Octane coming out from Ranked Q.
And this is a smart fight by Pop-Tarts. They know there's no teams rotating in right now, and there's just a really smart fight if they're able to get the kill points off of this. They are playing an edge comp, and they're playing it perfectly well.
Yeah, it looks like Contris was the first one there, but oh boy, Team Cheez-It getting themselves into another fight right now as Pop-Tarts are continuing to try and chase this one down. As there we go. Team Cheez-It looks like they did have to contest with the squad and gonna be able to get the res up as Rakanishu throws the nade spam down into the gas just in case, and they will be able to get him back up. They've got the loot boxes here as well to recover off of that. It looks like Team Pop-Tarts are winning out on their fights as Team Cheez-It, they should be okay with just being able to play the edge here for now. You know, coming all the way from Lava City, they don't have the highest priority to get into Thermal Station.
They don't. And it's interesting to see them playing Caustic after the nerf. I mean, whatever, I guess. So the thing is, the less Caustics there are in the server, the stronger Caustic is. The more Caustics there are in the server, the weaker he is, because basically almost everyone's immune to that gas. So if you're one of the only Caustics in the server, you're gonna have that advantage on teams trying to push you.
Yeah, it's a huge fight control for them. NPL now making their push, and we're seeing a lot of early fighting around this circle building. Typically, you know, when we do have in this circle, it would be 18, 19 squads still left. This building is just untouched. Everyone is just kind of huddled in their position, not really trying to make a play for this one until like 4th or 5th ring.
And it looks like Nessie Pure Life is trying to force a fight potentially on them. It's smart that they're portaling into it, just so they have a fallback portal into a decent spot. Maybe they're trying to get some big entry damage and get a knock, but you still have to be careful of fighting.
Razor in a fight north thermal choke point right now. The defensive bombardment has been used, bubbles down from either side as well, but they have the high ground. They have got the angle. Nacho to go down. Goofy Gamer next. And just like that, Team Razor went up this team fight. It's just the last lone wraith. The armor about to get cracked, hitting for the 44. There it is. All 3 members of that squad knocked out as Muffins making sure that he's going to, of course, keep his wits about him, throwing down that scan. We're already down to 11 squads, 27 players remaining here.
Gonna be an interesting end game. This was a pretty smart play by Razor, taking out this team off their back, so they didn't have to worry about them going up on this rotation. They should have this choke for free, and they could just play that, holding out teams.
And at some point, it looks like Rice Krispie Treats. Yeah, we're just down to Casper by himself. And we'll see if he gets spotted out. We do know that Razor were up to their north right now on that TomCat rat camp. Here's Charlotte Phoenix, though, making their play. Haven't really seen as much of them out right now. They are missing out on one. Mini filling in. It looks like to play their third. They got the knock onto Crook. The scan there, and it looks like they should be able to get the thirst onto him, get through that blue knockdown shield, and secure that kill point for themselves. There's 2 assists on the board for Charlotte Phoenix, at least bronzy. So 3 kill points minimum for them, and we are about to crest the top 10. So we're going to get more and more placement points here. The scan does come out. They spot 1 out on top of the jungle gym, as looks like they're a little bit reticent to push that position, but here comes the airburst nade, and Bronzy gets tagged up from behind by a charge rifle. He has to rejoin his team though, and Mini should be there if he needs the bubble, but Mini gets the knock onto Bambino, and looks like they might be able to chase down the rest of this squad. Instead, they're slowly starting to retreat now towards the center tower, as they should be able to play the bottom. No, never mind. They're not retreating. They're just trying to find this last player here, as they are hitting for flesh, and Mercy might be able to get this, but the zip line allows that player to create some distance, and might be the old fakeroo, but no, Mercy is not going to get bamboozled at all whatsoever. This is insane. Generally, you don't have this kind of freedom to just chase after a rat.
No, and notice his teammates are staying in the bottom because he's Wraith, and he's able to have that aggression, and he can queue back just how he's doing now and just get back to safety. Normally, I mean, with any other legend, you wouldn't be able to do that just because of you're vulnerable and you don't want to have yourself stuck out in the open. So that it's really unfortunate he wasn't able to get that kill point.
Here's Team Cheez-It on the north side of Thermal Station right now. getting tagged up from the compound. This might be Team Razor trying to make a play on them. Yeah, it's the gold armor there. Oh, big spray with the flatline as well. He's got the gold mag on that. If he wants to follow up with the charge rifle, he could, but Rakanishu decides to just back up off of this. They've got a drop to work off of, so they might get the PK, maybe the Prowler. We'll see what they get. Doesn't look like anything great. What was that? A bat? A purple knock shield? And I don't even know what the third item was.
I'm not entirely sure. They're gonna have Team Cheese is actually not gonna have the easiest rotate not having Gibraltar. They're looking at the zone that they have to go into. And Applejacks is not in a terrible spot. Their back's clear. They basically only have to worry about the team that's right in front of them on the building. They are not going to be able to force a fight on them. Late game, they will be able to play the blue bins behind them, which is a game-winning spot as well.
Yeah, a lot of the teams, of course, because we're already down to 10 squads, and a lot of the teams that already had priority on thermal station, if they were going to be playing the buildings to their south, would have already been there. So this is absolutely free for them right now. Here's Team Cheez-It looking for a balloon rotating, so they might actually land right on top of Applejacks. We'll see if Pop-Tarts actually lands on top of them. The EMP does come out onto Applejacks. There is the bubble to allow them some time to heal up, and the timing on this could be really bad. We know that Pop-Tarts are coming in for the balloon. If they recognize this fast enough, they might be able to push up, and they've got the roof control here as Aves sets up for the crossfire, gets his way all the way back to the Dorito building, but they're still split up. They don't have a bubble here, as you have Impulse getting some decent damage off onto that Gibraltar, cracking that arm shield for now, pulls out an R301 2-4 scope. Don't get to see that often on it, but he is putting in some work onto him, and he is still disconnected. Might have bought enough time for the bubble to get back up. The two players are still over here at Dorito. Stomps has the angle on them for now as the scans do come out. Stomps is considering throwing down that defensive bombardment, but looks like slowly that Gibraltar is getting back to the rest of the squad. Here's an offensive bubble now as they go ahead and push Dorito building nade out here, but the Wraith is just caught out. Aves goes down as Stomps is gonna, of course, keep the back clear as well. There's one more player on the low. It's a Watson to go down. They trade for that though, and here comes some Arc Stars now as the bubble's going to be used from the other side. It's a third-party attempt by this squad, and this is really well timed.
This is extremely well timed. If I were Pop-Tarts, I don't know if I would have left the building that they were originally on. They had their back cleared, and Applejacks was extremely split. I believe they could have gotten it, but they're recovering really well actually. This is awesome. The third party backed up. Oh
yeah, I think Stomps' bubble is still down, so it's a little bit of a precarious situation, but they have cover.
Great recovery.
Yeah, it was. At this point now, Pop-Tarts do have full control over the south side of the map now, or southwest side of the map. All these buildings to work off of as the zone closes. They were even able to pick up the beacon for us, and so we do know for sure it is pulling over towards that platform with 9 squads left. Here's the port out from them as Team Cheez-It. They were here looking for the third-party attempt, trying to pick up some KP. You saw the charge rifle shots coming in from Rakanishu as well. Probably Charlotte that are probably playing that building right now, as there we go, we got the update. TomCat, the rat, has been exterminated as Rice Krispie Treats Casper does go down. Nice shots with the charge rifle there, hitting for almost full damage on both of those, does Rakanishu, as looks like RCL might be getting wiped out as well. But we didn't really get to talk about the amount of kill points that some of these squads are already putting on. Team Cheez-It, take a look. There's 5 kills. Rakanishu is the kill leader. There's one more on Prodigy Aces, and I believe Rakanishu had 2 assists. There it is. So yeah, full 7 accounted for them. We're about to hit the top 5.
And Team Razor's going at it, clearing their back. I'm not exactly sure what team that was, but now they should have a free rotate in. Possibly they might have to fight one more team, but their kill points aren't looking too bad either. This is definitely going to be a close game.
Yeah, they've gotten into 2 team fights so far, so you know we can imagine maybe 6 kill points for them at this point. And you were talking about the rotate here. Could be a little bit more difficult as the teams that are in the circle building, that are in the platform, they're pretty well positioned to try and gatekeep them. Luckily for them, of course, Tricky going to be on that Gibraltar to allow them to bubble up when they drop down. We'll see how aware all these squads are. Here's Team Cheez-Its, as looks like they are getting ready to contest for this. They have 20 seconds before the ring starts closing. They're going to have to commit on to something soon here. We'll find out. Never mind, they're just getting some free loot off these buildings for right now.
And they might, they know there's a team above us. There might actually be free to play down there for completely free, because they know if they force a fight here, there's 5 other squads around and they will get third party. So both teams are smart enough to know not to fight.
And it looks like they actually did get a Prowler off of that box earlier that we saw on as Flashpoint now, fighting over and trying to maintain control over the platform here. You do have to worry. Rice Krispies to their north as well. 2 teams to their east right now. We have Pop-Tarts coming in from the south. I think that might be almost everyone accounted for. We do have one. Never mind. He's gone. TomCat Radcam. Rat exterminated. As Impulse picks that one up, Sushi is dead. So 5 full squads remaining here in round number 5. Team Razor in a spot of trouble there. Looks like the angle not quite there for Flashpoint to really try and take advantage of this, and that's the bubble down. This is their opportunity. They just need to wait out the cooldown for this.
Wow, and does Flashpoint have full control of this platform? That's normally, that'd be extremely hard to do, and they're playing it extremely well. They're putting Caustic to good use. They have great cover over this entire platform, and I like what they're doing.
Yeah, Protectful just 18 damage away with that charge rifle. Really, he should be able to get in on the next shot. And if he doesn't, I don't even know what to say at that point. But it looks like Team Cheez-It are making their play. They have traded 1-for-1 up against Charlotte Phoenix here. But oh, never mind. Mercy. Had no mercy on them whatsoever. It looks like there might be a gold bag res coming out as they do pull off of that one. So Bronzy should get up with a lot of HP. Really fast recovery. 4 squads remaining. Pop-Tarts coming in from the south. Razor on the north. We got Charlotte Phoenix here playing on the east, and of course on the platform itself it's going to be Flashpoint for the time being. I don't know if just enough of that edge on this circle building is open for Charlotte to try and play. It's hard to tell on the map here, but it looks like Razor are making their move now as the defensive bombardment has gone down. That should force the members of Flashpoint off of the roof, allowing them the space to try and rotate in, but they're making a play for the circle building as well. So that's going to leave 2 squads over there right now. Do they have the bubble? There it is. Tricky throws it down and gets under it just in time as they're getting shot up by Protectful. That's going to be 2 knocks from them. Is he going to be able to secure all 3? Frapper getting into the drone as well, providing cover for his squad. And Flashpoint, we were talking about them during the pregame. They are really living up to expectations now.
They are. And so it's basically, it's going to come down to the final squad or the final ring closing down, because maybe when there's 3 squads left, you don't want to be forcing a fight. But this team underneath the donut is getting bullied, and they're in a really bad spot. They're getting sandwiched from every single angle, and this is basically, if I were Pop-Tarts right now, I'd be looking for every angle I can get on them. That's free 3 kill points. I would be Wraith. If I was Lucas, I'd be angling out there to do as much damage as I can.
Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix now going for that port play to try and get in and take the fight on over. And here's Stomps. He's got the defensive bombardment. This might be absolutely massive for Pop-Tarts. Both the teams here in front of them absolutely fragged out. They're not seeing anything on the kill feed quite yet, so it looks like it's just going to be a split on that building. One in the roof, and of course one in the first floor. So getting nothing from that for now, but that allows Team Pop-Tarts just to play the angles here. As the ring will start closing in, they have plenty of cover behind these blue bins that you were talking about as well. Mini gets the first knock onto Frapper. They're waiting for the exchange. You can see that they are just tense, waiting, chomping at the bit. There is the first frag as well. Frapper getting thirsted off. It's a 3v3v2 here for the final circle.
And both teams actually need to rotate into Pop-Tarts. So, and I believe Charlotte Phoenix already used their portal, so this is going to be really rough. I'm not sure if Frapper used his EMP, but this should be a free win for Pop-Tarts.
I believe he might have used his EMP on Razor just about 2 minutes ago. It'll be very tight whether or not, but Frapper did go down there. And so, you know, unfortunately for them, they're not going to be able to fight with him so far, as they have been split up now. There we go. Looks like they're going to lose out on one more. Kubsky going down. Protectful gone. Okay, it's the final 3v3. And Charlotte have made it this much easier now. They don't have to worry about their back, and it looks like just Pop-Tarts might have been playing a little bit too passively here, as they do have to back up as Stomps throws down that bubble a bit early here. One goes down as Mercy falls, and now Pop-Tarts, they've got the 3v2. Bronzy's gonna be the next one to fall. He's got 1 HP, somehow still surviving. Team Pop-Tarts will take the win here in game number 1.
That was amazing. That was amazing. And yeah, both teams had to rotate in to Pop-Tarts, and that's just how it comes down to it in Apex. The rings and what fights you have to take. It was smart by Charlotte Phoenix to clear their back and get the free 2 kill points, and then they tried their best.
Yeah, that was a great resilience coming out from them. I mean, it's not just the 2 kill points, right? Because they ended up getting 2nd place as well, securing that at the very least. So that's a lot of additional points for them. Pop-Tarts had some early fights, didn't get as many kill points as Charlotte Phoenix, of course. And so we might still have Charlotte Phoenix actually in the lead after this. We're going to go ahead and tabulate the results. When we get back, we'll have game number 2 of Series E here for TomCat Week. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
It is. Guess who is one of the rats? It's our boy, Rat Boy Ronnie.
TC Scissors is the first rat to go down.
He could potentially win this game, Jamerson. They're not really showing the rat much respect. Another rat. Another TomCat rat cam. It's just him again.
Q in. Does he actually make it to the building safe? He doesn't. Oh no. That was
wow,
the
Ronnie.
nope out of there, but he's gone.
Splice.
4 squad left.
Splice. The rat.
The hell are they doing all the way down here? Clinical. Team Applejacks, though, left to still rat this one out as the TomCat double rat cam. Bronzies and Aves.
Looks like their third player has been lagging out, which is super unfortunate.
Rockstar are still in this. Matt Pickett ratting this one out as the first TomCat rat cam. Team Lonely Fans is Blueberry Small, is the only one alive. He doesn't have any armor as well. He's going to try and sneak his way underneath, avoid a lot of that damage, and tucks himself into a corner.
Yeah, let's see if Ronnie can win this one out. We were just actually talking about this for Team Pop-Tarts. And
Versus coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true side trademark is at the edge of your dreams. Yeah. One shot, now the future is yours. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. Put the bars in the brakes. I'm talking one chance that was so close for the goal. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Imagine you love frosting and filling.
I do love frosting and filling.
Oh, well, imagine if there was a way to enjoy that delicious goodness anywhere, anytime, out of the toaster, out of the box, out of one of those baggy thingies, with nothing but a thin layer of foil between you and...
Pasta.
Yes, Curtis. This is a commercial about pasta.
I love it.
Frosting and filling for your pasta.
I like pesto.
right, welcome back, guys, to Series E, where we had Team Pop-Tarts taking the win there in game number 1. We're able to really largely get that position to the south of where the circle was going to end, largely uncontested.
Yep, and I believe they were running Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Wraith, and I'm actually really interested to see how much kill points Charlotte Phoenix have if they're able to take that first place.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile 1 leaderboard here, as Team Pop-Tarts actually had 10 kill points overall with 22, and Charlotte Phoenix only had 9 kill points. I say only. In comparison to the 10 there, off by 1. But super tight, close race right now between our top 2. Only 4 points differentiating them. Flashpoint, though, they ended up going down there in 3rd place. Still got into a lot of fights in the early game. Came in for the 3rd party. We saw that. Ended up with 14 points. And Team Cheez-It themselves taking 11 there. So most of our partnered squads really showing up right now for game number 1. But right now, this is a different game than I think a lot of players are used to when it comes to the competitive format, just because of the overall pace of the game, Lion. And when we have to talk about the pace of the game, we have to talk about the Mobile 1 high performance moment. So let's go ahead and head into that one. I don't even know which to choose from. It looks like, all right, there were so many times to pick from, but this was the final moments or the final ring here in the end of the game.
Yep, and you can see Pop-Tarts is playing a great positioning. They're barely Stomps is only showing his gun shields, and they're basically just waiting Charlotte Phoenix to rotate in. They had a great bubble pushing forward. I'm not too sure what happened. I'm not sure if they got some entry damage but after this they had a great 3v3 fight, and Pop-Tarts took it home. Yeah,
there it is. They just wait out the bubble. It was just patience from them at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, the bubble was used offensively to try and get in. They got nothing off of it. You saw 2 members of Pop-Tarts backing up. Stomps was still holding that headshot angle the entire time, so that if he was in trouble, of course, he could just throw down his own bubble. And at that point, he took no damage. And as they had to charge forward, it was just great bubble fighting coming out from Pop-Tarts to finish that one off. Just good fundamentals. I think, just a fundamental skill that you need to have if you want to be able to succeed here in Apex Legends.
Oh yeah, and to keep in mind, this is still anybody's tournament. No matter, even if Pop-Tarts did win the first game, this 1 0-point game is detrimental to any of the teams. So this is still anybody's tournament, and I'm still really excited to see these next 5 games.
Yeah, typically, right, our winners after 6 games will have 60, maybe 70 points. And so if you want to be able to keep pace, you need to be averaging about 10 points per game to make sure that you do not get left behind in the dust. Pop-Tarts, of course, having the 22 points there in game number 1, have their work. It's going to be a little bit easier for them. We're still getting game number 2 set up right now. We did have a, pretty harsh circle, right? This one's a little bit hard to play because it is in one corner of the map. So we'll see how the teams adjust when we have some different ones. Maybe if we go to center circle or center of the map, or even any of the other corners there, how teams adjust to it. But Team Pop-Tarts were able to play this well. And it was really surprising because, we had teams like Team Intel dropping over here at Thermal, getting challenged off the 50-50, winning that out. But then, of course, just too many teams came up, and I think they mistimed everything there because the 3rd parties and the 4th parties were getting ready to get involved in their fights.
And Thermal is one of the hardest zones to play in Apex. There's only so many places you can get into Thermal, and there's with the edge teams and everything. So I'm hoping for one of these center circles to see a lot more teams towards the end game circle. That'd be amazing to see.
All right, here we go. Heading into game number 2 on board with Team Pop-Tarts, who, dropping over at Geyser typically. Tomorrow night, right? That's when they end up getting into the 50-50s and such. It looks like we do have a swerve coming out, and so they're going to split this up just a bit. Getting a little bit greedy with this loot, but looks like the Sorting Factory team not going to contest this at all, so he should be able to get this for free. Lucas will be able to run back to the safety of his squad. It's a pretty heavy split. No name being taken as well, I think, if I'm seeing that correctly through the map. So I said they came into this with poverty, but if they get a split like this, it's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, And that's really risky. If the sorting team sees a solo, they could all 3 land on him easily for that 1 kill point, or even 2 people could split off and land on him for an easy kill point. So, and here Rockstar with the 50-50, I believe they lost the last 50-50 against the team that they're going with, and which was shocking to me because it seemed like they had the advantage. But I am excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it does change the way that they have to loot as well. As you can see, Tech is pretty much right next to Matt Pickett, not too far off, and they've foregone, the north part of that. Team Intel picking up 3 easy kill points. That's a squad going down. That's that same 50-50 once again. Then you're just gonna have to learn your lesson. You know, sometimes you just you can't take these fights. It's Team Intel, one of the most seasoned teams, really, here for Series E.
And here we have Rockstar aggressing onto this team with Caustic. This is a bad spot for that other team to be in. I'm not too sure who they're fighting, but to be trapped in a building against a Caustic is not, unless the other team has a Caustic, but that is not ideal. Rockstar has great angles. They could bully them from any door. This is actually really good for Rockstar to be on the outside and not on the inside.
Yeah, they're trying to walk them down here as Tech got flanked, and unfortunately enough, Peach wasn't able to do more than enough damage there on that Gibraltar. What? He's just caught out, Nacho. Didn't look to turn around and open that door. Maybe someone closed it behind him. And now there is a... Oh, true. Oh, that is definitely going to be awkward. There's Awkward Turtle goes down, and then the 50-50 living up to his name. So it's going to be 1-for-1 per side. Rockstar living that one out. We're down to 16 squads, and this time around we're going to have a launch site ending, as you can see there. And so it's going to be pulling down now. Team Cheese that should be able to get in there might actually contest for that building all the way south on that beacon. We'll find out in just a moment. A lot of our squads a little bit slow on the rotate here with a minute left to go before the ring starts closing. Here's Stick Drift OP making their move now.
And launch site is another one of those zones that are extremely hard to play endgame because there's only maybe 4 or 5 spots for teams to play, and there's only 3 entrances. So a lot of the teams, if you don't have that spot inside, you're stuck outside fighting edge, even if you don't have an edge comp, and it's hard to get into the launch site. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, a lot of times we see teams holding the north side of launch, that building that overlooks Sorting Factory, to try to find kill points as teams are trying to rotate in. That can be some of the most treacherous parts of this game circle. Here's Applejacks though on the lurk, slowly making their way on up. It's Aves leading the charge for his team. Well, I say charge, it's the tiptoe up, as the squad has been set up in there for some time. And for the time being, you know, no one's actually keeping an eye out here on the south, so he's actually here for free. His Duplex and company are joining now.
I like this. He's playing. They're all playing quiet, waiting to see if they can get an opening pick on the team. And this is actually really smart by them. They're not just running up and forcing. They know there's a team there, and hopefully they don't show presence. And we have MPL in a fight at Lava Fisher. This is a good edge fight to take. Doesn't look like there could be any third-party potential.
Applejack's making their move now. They got the first knock. Watson and Presley down. It's going to be a 3v1 as they make their way on in, trying to secure these kills, but Aves has to back up. He's down to about 2 HP there. Does get that bat off. They're trying to secure the thirst throughout all of this as well, and getting shot up from the side, so they have to push into the building for now. But there's no way they recover off of here, as it looks like Blueberry Smalls will give them a helping hand. Watson goes down. We're going to have our first TomCat Ratcam soon. NPL in this fight. Who's it going to be? It's actually Team Rockstar on the other side. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. That was Hambino. Does pick up one. Taking down Crook. I thought maybe this was Team Razor that they were fighting here, but this also makes sense. Hambino taking a lot of damage throughout all that gas. The time being, he does have the Phoenix kit, will go ahead and block that door to heal up. Bambino on the outside to cover as well, as looks like Team Intel getting into a fight, but the res will be going down on top of Crook. Bambino spots one behind that knock shield as well, trying his best to secure it. Matt Pickett will get thirsted off, and You're gonna have to let your teammate in soon. Going for the peek, trades out with Bambino. That doesn't do enough damage quite yet. And now he's getting peeked. He needs Crook here to help him out. Got the knock, and there it is. They are out. 14 players remaining. Bambino now is the kill leader here. Here's Team Intel making their pushes. It looks like they want to get out of this position. I'm gonna go ahead and use that port to get out toward the fences, as Team Applejacks are still recovering, getting shot up from every angle at this point. It's morphin time here on the south side, and yes, Team Cheez-It do push them for that position and take it on over. That's 3 kills going on over to Team Cheez-It for now, and they will have control over this building.
Yep, and that was a really smart play by Joey Blackout to throw his caustic on the door, stopping the third party. Now this team, this gives Cheez-It time to recover, fully heal up, and fight off this third party. If this third party doesn't get in the building anytime soon, they're going to be in a really bad spot, and this should be free 3 kill points for Cheez-It, because they're literally going to be shot from every angle.
It becomes a little bit harder to hold this building with caustic. Luckily, of course, 2 points of entry are doors that you can't block, but then the other points of entry are high ground that you have to climb up to. And so, he could just concentrate his barrels on the right way and just make sure that he's watching the doors. For the time being, the scan comes down. Rakanishu gets the all clear. They are safe for now to start looting up.
Yep, the caustic ult really stopped that third party. And Team Applejacks, actually, they played it so smart. They did catch a team, that team that they were sneaking up on. They caught them making a mistake, and they got that building for free and some kill points off of it. So that was really well played by Team Applejacks.
Here's Flashpoint. Throughout all of that, somehow they lost Kubsky and Protectful, and then Frapper was never able to recover them. He was the first one to go down in that last 3-team engagement here, as we, of course, have our TomCat Rat Cam. It's going to be difficult to try and survive. I mean, only securing 1 placement point so far. Hell, why not? Like moths to a flame, let's go ahead and pick up that drop as well.
And you would think Pathfinder is probably like one of the worst legends to be the last alive, but in my opinion, he's one of the best because of that grapple and his zip line. He can get the spots that a lot of other teams can't, and yeah, I do think he could stick out some nice placement.
Yeah, that's right. He's got the gold helm now, so he's going to have a lot more grapples to work with. He just yeets himself into positions where teams might actually be. This is kind of scary. But here's Team Intel now making their way. Here's Team Intel making their way into Sorting Factory, and Six has taken a lot of damage here. Getting tagged once again after he has just full healed. It's going to be Charlotte Phoenix that get him first. Now, good damage comes out from Metro, but Panders is now in trouble here as the utility is going to come out from Metro. He doesn't have his defensive bombardment. He doesn't have his bubble, and this is looking bad. A Stick Drift OP are here as well to try and take advantage of all of this.
Oh, here comes the EMP out of Flinzar, and they are looking to wipe out Intel's, try to steal one of Charlotte Phoenix's kills. They're playing a little passive though. Oh, Rice Krispie Treats is in the mix too. Wow.
Oh,
so there's 3
that's
or 4
the team
teams
fire.
here.
Yeah, taking out Sushi. This is surprisingly enough, but I think it's just because so many teams have committed to this edge composition. They already know that teams are bunkered up in the launch site. In the launch site positions. Ooh, Casper does get cracked there. He does have the blue armor swap, surprisingly enough, but Stunny and Bird go down. Flinzar is massive with that massive now, but here comes Charlotte Phoenix, and I think they got the trades. And so Charlotte Phoenix might be able to take advantage of this. There we go. Sushi goes, it's going to be re-knocked onto him as Pride picks that one up. Mercy's going to go ahead and tank this gas. I mean, that's where you're talking about the nerfs to Caustic. You know, you can take a lot of it now as it doesn't tick up anymore.
And it looks like Charlotte Phoenix has maybe 4 kill points total. I'm not entirely sure. Definitely not in a bad spot to be. I believe they're in 2nd place overall. And I wonder where Pop-Tarts is at. Are they in a good spot?
Yeah. Well, the last we saw them, of course, they were going for that really 3-man big split over at Geyser. And here's Pop-Tarts. They have made their way through Geyser over to Lava City. And they understand the situation that they're in. Most squads have already taken buildings inside launch. You just need to wait out time and just try and play the edge for kill points. Of course, you're keeping an eye on Charlotte Phoenix as well, which think with those 4 kill points you were talking about, of course, they tie up the score right now, 22-22 at the very least. And again, for Pop-Tarts, it's about playing the long game here, is making sure that they're securing as much placement points as possible. Impulse getting some decent damage, or getting some decent info off right now, but hey, we got to fight Team Razor. Zeratrick, he took a lot of damage there out in the open. We'll throw down a defensive bombardment. As Muffins is on top, he does have the Beast of the Hunt going as well, so he'll have the additional scans. So he throws that one down. There's a player on top on the train tracks that they have to be wary of here. They go for the peaks. The bubble has been used as well, so third-party attempts, it looks like getting involved for the time being. Hakulo, though, looking to just completely avoid this fight. Charlotte Phoenix are taking it to them now as that Nox gas grenade goes down, but that doesn't stop the bullets from coming in. Crook will fall. Bronzy picks that one up as Hambino will be the next to fall as well. Pride picking that one up. And Charlotte Phoenix are doing an amazing job right now, playing the edge. Pride goes down low, but he's not getting punished quite yet. Razor are here to coming in poised for the third party. They're waiting to see if a Charlotte Phoenix member goes down.
Did Pride drop down to low ground? No, they're all on even playing field. It looks like they are going to take this 3v3. It should be non-third partyable, and I'm Team Razor versus Charlotte Phoenix. It looks like Charlotte Phoenix is actually backing up. They got their kill points and they're like, I'm out of here. It doesn't look like they want to fight, but Razor's trying to chase them down. They want these kills. They're hungry for them.
Oh, good damage. 70 onto 70 that purple there on the Gibraltar. Huge. That's going to force out the bubble early, so they're going to continue to chase here. Team Razor now pushing past the bubble. You got to be careful, of course, with these angles. When you go for the peaks, you see that Gibraltar, he was able to use, looks like a bat to get back, and the portal has been used as well from Charlotte Phoenix. They do survive the mad rush of Team Razor. And I like the discipline of Team Razor, knowing when to call it there too.
Yeah, and that was a great exit portal for Charlotte Phoenix, and great aggression by Team Razor. I could definitely tell Charlotte Phoenix was panicking. They were putting on the great pressure. I was expecting a 3v3 fight, but Charlotte Phoenix backed down to Team Razor.
Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix, they already got the game kills, and for them it's important to make sure they get the placement here, as we have hit that next threshold, 2 points now for our 10th place squads and up at the very least, and they haven't seen Pop-Tarts go down, so they can't play as aggressively until at least that happens. But Team Pop-Tarts now making the rotation in. Frapper, even as that rat, gonna play like he's actually got a full squad behind him or something, taking that high ground angle. Does have to be careful though, and again, he does have that gold helmet, which will keep that cooldown relatively low on that grapple, and now he's committing himself towards this side, which the team's gonna have to go into.
Yep, and once this zone closes, there is actually quite a few rat spots. This is actually not a bad spot to be in for Frapper. If he can hold off this team from coming in, he's doing a pretty good job doing big damage, making it seem like he's more than one person. And once circle closes, Rapper should be pretty good for a rat spot. But this team coming, it looks like this team is forcing their way into Frapper, and Frapper's got to make a decision whether to fight or run, fight or flight.
Yeah. Wonder if he has any utility, maybe some nades to help him out on this one. This team has basically just full committed onto this, unless they decide to back away, and the time is dwindling for them to try and get the timing on that. You can see he's just keeping an entire eye on it. It's Charlotte Phoenix. They have recovered over here at Sorting Factory now, as that was probably the squad that was trying to back away. And so Frapper has forced them into Charlotte Phoenix, and surprisingly enough, this building is just free.
Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Oh, and here we have Team Razor going at it with, I'm not entirely sure, but that was a nice wipe by Team Razor. They do have a man down though, and it's their Gibraltar, which is going to be hard to rotate. Maybe there's a mobile respawn in the crafter. They can craft one out.
And they should be able to get in, get him back on in. The issue here is it looks like Hakulo did use his port. The timing is going to be close. Maybe he has an ultimate excel to try and get in here. But you have to imagine that Charlotte Phoenix, never mind, no, they're not even playing that building anymore. But they can if they want to. It looks like they will go ahead and back away now as they are getting naded out. And so we might have a second go of Charlotte Phoenix versus Team Razor as the sands do come down on them. Pop-Tarts might be the ones that are actually gatekeeping here from the eastern side. It's hard to tell as the pings do go down. Maybe the res is coming out as well. 9 squads remaining, 24 players left, and yeah, the res might be coming out here as Team Cheez-It are playing all the way on the south side. Pop-Tarts actually might be the ones on the other side of that, of the eggshells there, as it looks like Aves was able to get a knock onto Dank. Joey Blackout considering throwing down that Nox gas grenade, or maybe he's just throwing it out, or holding it out threateningly. Here we go. The push out now is okay. So there was a squad in here. It was going to be Applejacks. They were just lurking the entire time. It's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange though. Down to the 2v2. Bronzy will be the next one to fall. Duplex Rollers trying to take this 1v2 now. They will be able to take out Charlotte. And they've got 6 kill points themselves, but here's the third party. Razor finding the timing on that one. Ultimately taking advantage. Zero Tricky trying to go in for the melee, but actually gets stopped by the box, but they do end up taking them out. We're down to 7 squads, 18 players left.
Team Razor had a great recovery. They lost a man, were able to craft a mobile respawn and get Zero Tricky back in the game, get some loot, get some kill points. This is actually a good recovery for Team Razor.
That's an MVP replicator drop right there. Somehow still in the ring. They're able to get in. Doesn't look like they had to even use the port here. As, ooh, they found one more. Muffins with that Spitfire. It's just a relentless machine. As it just spits out bullets now. The team trying to rotate through. The bubble has already been used. PK is there for Zero Tricky. Bubble early on. Muffins is disconnected as Hakulo is taking so much damage. The ring is there. Does he have his Q to survive? He does, but they have to continue pushing uphill now. Zero Tricky has no option to make his last charge as it looks like Team Razor out in 5th. Team Cheez-It now. Kings of the Hill here have full control over this building.
Just looking down, shooting everybody. I love to see it. I believe was it Team which one's Team Razor? I believe they committed to the fight too much and it messed up the rotate, which is awful to see.
Yeah, it looked like there was also some, they just got lost in the sauce there. Right now, though, Team Cheez is doing a good job of tracking. You can see Rakanishu, just off of sound cues, is keeping track of this squad, making their way around, spots one out. Oh my God! Bam! Has no idea what hit him there. They've got the high ground angle, almost getting the one clip again. Will be able to finish off Holiday and Rakanishu. Massive right now in this game. He's already the kill leader with 4 kills. Now here is the issue, right, for Team Cheez-It, because they've been in this position for so long, they haven't been able to recover bodies. They need to get these bodies. They need to get the thirst and the heals off of it for Rakanishu at the very least.
Yeah, you can see his teammate dropping Rakanishu's some cells, and that's one of the bad things about holding a spot that early is you don't have so many heals because you're taking damage from poking and fighting, and hopefully they can get some heals off these boxes. But other than that, they're playing this spot phenomenal. They have everything caustic trapped off. They have high ground. They're not over peaking. They're not taking too much damage. They're playing it amazing.
Yeah, it's RCO Esports. Nando is the only one left here as he's going to use that port. I don't even know for what. He's not even in here. Last second climb up, but there's another squad in his way here for the TomCat Rat Cam. They just hear him holding out his palm, just asking for forgiveness. Please let me by. And he's going to actually be able to swing right past them. But this is still a vulnerable spot. At any point, they can just go for a full 3-man peek. But again, they have to worry about the other squads left in the lobby.
Yep. It looks like they're caustic trapping him out. Nando's doing everything he can to stay alive. Oh,
there we go.
In that position. He tried his best.
He tried, and that rat exterminated. Now Rakanishu will be able to pick up that loot, and he hears the other squad below him, I believe. Yeah, there it is. This scan comes out. It's going to be a full 3v3v3. I believe Pop-Tarts and Cheez-It. I don't know who the third team is still alive in this. So yeah, we got Pop-Tarts right now playing on the south side of this building. We've got Team Cheez-It, of course, controlling the main building, and it's Lonely Fans that are still involved in this one.
And I believe the zone ends on the high ground, so Cheez-It is in a phenomenal spot. It all comes down to if a team decides to force a fight on Cheez-It, and that third team could have a free third party and a win, or if they all decide to fight for underneath. We're gonna have to find out and see.
And it's like Joey Blackout heard you, because instantly he started moving his barrels on over. But it's about playing whack-a-mole here, clearing all your traps out throughout all this. And now Team Cheez-It will have their work cut out for them. They do have to worry about two teams, of course, getting sandwiched in between Lonely Fans and Team Pop-Tarts. And there's a Caustic on the other side, so that could actually create a lot of confusion for Team Cheez-It. We'll see how well they maintain their presence on these barrels as the ring will start closing in.
And this is where Caustic is coming in huge. A team's not going to be able to push on high ground onto them with the Caustic gas. They know that they're just throwing their game if they do that. So it looks like both teams are going to force a fight low ground, potentially. There is a team on height after this new ring update. The zone does close slower.
Yeah, it looks like it's Team Pop-Tarts getting up there early and it's not getting stuck there on the low ground now. The barrel's getting cleared by Lonely Fans, but Blueberry Smalls took a lot of damage for that. Throwing down the bat, it will be Blight here. Again, this team is going to have difficulty trying to climb up. We'll just go ahead and pop the barrels and just try to play the waiting game here, hoping that Pop-Tarts and Cheez-It engage upon each other. And soon, Pop-Tarts are not going to have any option. There's the bubble, and that's going to be the instant push coming out from Team Cheez-It here. They get the first knock onto Lucas. They get the next one onto Stomps. Here comes the flank, though, as they come in for the third party, and they swat it down. Team Cheez-It and Rakanishu are racking up the points. They're taking game number 2.
Wow, they just 3v6. They just took on two teams by themselves at the same time. That was really well played by Team Cheez-It. That was amazing to see.
Yeah, typically we don't get to see that. It's typically the first two teams that start fighting in that 3-team standoff. They're the ones that usually go down, but huge play. Seeing that bubble, and you saw the instant bloodthirst in Cheez-It's eyes as they went straight for it. Taking advantage of that. So congratulations, Cheez-It. They take game number 2, and that was a pretty big one. We don't know exactly how many kill points they had. Rakanishu had like 10 himself or something like that. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we get back, we'll have game number 3 of Series E right after this.
I wasn't born in the spotlight. Nah. Had to grind and shine like a star on a hot night. And something about the struggle now resides in my muscles. And every trial and trouble helped to hang my hustle. Real rock stars don't chase the spotlight. It chases them.
Hey. Shake it, kiddo. Love Dad. Oh.
I've got this. Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. A little love when it's needed.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach! Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
All right, welcome back, guys, to Series E, where we just saw the conclusion of game number 2. Team Cheez-It actually popping off in that game. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One leaderboard to see where they stand now. They had a decent showing in game number 1, but in game number 2, there it is, 35 points overall, overtaking Team Pop-Tarts. Charlotte Phoenix also tied for second place with 29 points. And we have Team Razor and Flashpoint bringing up the rear there in 4th and 5th place.
Wow, Team Cheez-It absolutely, from that spot, they played it perfectly. I think Rakanushu, you said it yourself, had 10 kills himself, and they played it phenomenal. Still really close. Team Pop-Tarts, Charlotte Phoenix tied at 29 points. Still anybody's tournament. Team Razor's not too far behind. All they need is a win or even a second place, third place with some kills. It's still a really close tournament. I'm thinking 1st through 4th place.
And we're seeing why it's so important, to be able to still be able to play standard, I would say, right? Which is center zone, getting that God spot and controlling it and being able to frag out in the late game. That's what Team Cheez-It were able to do. They were challenged a few times in the mid game, but they handled it well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One high performance moment of game number 2. It has to be, this final 3v3.
The 3v6. Oh my, this is amazing. I'm honestly this is amazing by Team Cheez-It. They held off both teams amazingly. You can see Rakanushu putting in work with the Mastiff. Every shot is over 60 damage, and they just played it amazingly.
Yeah, I mean, the way that the players were crumbling, it just looked like the team fire was just on point. They called the target, they mastiffed them down, and then instantly they pivoted for the last team there coming in. And so amazing job coming out from Team Cheez-It. I love to see it. I love seeing Prodigy Aces, of course, succeeding. He was one of the first pros in Apex Legends, by the way. If you guys, remember all that back in the day, getting signed with TSM. What was it? It was T-Hump, Prodigy Aces, and Hal, right? Like in the first 2 months of pro Apex.
And they were still a really good team together. So it's good. It's great to see Prodigy Aces coming back into Apex competitive and doing amazing. It's great to see.
It's great to see now. We are getting game number 3 set up right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard once again. This is just a 6-point lead though for Team Cheez-It. And so again, it's all about consistency there. I believe Pop-Tarts had 22 points going into game number 2. They were only able to get 7 points there. We saw both Charlotte and Pop-Tarts going down around 10th place position. So they weren't able to put on as many points, but Charlotte Phoenix definitely catching up there. They were 4 points behind Team Pop-Tarts going into that game. And so they have made up the ground, but now it's Team Cheez that's starting to gain the lead, 6 points above both of them. Still, though, we have Team Razor that are in, Flashpoint that are in. Basically, anyone's still in here. With 4 games left to go.
And I believe Team Pop-Tarts only got points from last game from their third place placement. I don't think they got any kill points, which is unfortunate to see. Kill points they mean so much. Placement can only get you so far. Kill points added on top of your placement is what you really need, especially if you want to win.
Yeah, and that's why, if you are going to be trying to commit for basically the late game, right? You also have to kind of toe that line. Do we want to play super safe, or do we take maybe a spot that isn't as ideal, but will get us more kill points overall? Though when it's launch, like you said, launch only really has about 4 or 5 decent positions to play off of, but they committed to the side that typically doesn't see that many kill points. So it's surprising that they were able to get as many points as they did here in game number 2.
Yep, and I'm excited to see going into game number 3. Hopefully, we can get one of those center zones, and we can see a lot more teams not being trapped on the rotate. We saw Charlotte Phoenix getting stuck, and a bunch of other teams getting stuck on those late game rotates, being forced to fight fights that you don't want to take to get into zone.
Yeah, we've had 2 7 zones in a row right now. One in thermal station, one in launch site. So we'll see if the Apex gods give us maybe something more central. Maybe we go to Harvester or Frag East. We'll find out, though. Again, we're all just kind of laid to mercy of the ring from game to game. Still getting game number 3 set up right now, but I'd love to join on board with Team Cheese. And this is what happens. Team Cheese it now. Of course, we didn't talk about the 50-50s that they were taking part in over the last couple of weeks up against Team Intel. Now that they are going uncontested, they have a lot more priority to be able to run to these zones faster and play for the positions that they want. And we're seeing them succeed off of it.
Yep, and it's actually paying off really well. When you had that your own landing spot and not have to fight off and have that 50-50, it's surprising how well you can do. But on top of that, you see like teams like Team Intel winning 2 team fights in a row, that 50-50, that's 6 free points essentially. But it's cutting time off their rotate, depending on how they want to play. And here's Team Cheez-It flying in.
Yeah, the flight path, not the greatest for them, so they will be a little bit slower here. It looks like the plane went from north to south, so they're basically the last stop on this train. Team Rockstar in this 50-50. It's 1-for-1 so far. Oh boy, it looks like Tech got a little bit greedy to go for the armor in the middle here. Have the blue up, as you can see Matt Pickett and Peach are still on the whites for the time being. Don't know if he has too many heals. There's another blue armor as Matt Pickett finds one more, so he can try to play off of that. His Q not up for another 9 seconds, still making his climb up now. It looks like they have recovered at the very least, but we have a fight over here. It looks like Stunny and Bird will be able to take out Android and Blueberry Smalls as Rice Krispie Treats pick that one up. And they will be able to maintain control now over here at staging.
Yep, and I'm not sure what exactly team was fighting. Oh, and we have Flashpoint wiping a team in Train Yard, claiming Train Yard, saying Train Yard is ours. Shooting the box, a little bit of disrespect.
Yeah,
but it's these early kill points do add up, like especially if you're 50-50 and winning that 50-50 every game, they do add up, and it could win you the tournament.
That was the squad that was challenging over at Thermal up against Team Intel, and so now it looks like it's going to be a fight for Train for Flashpoint here. Nades do come out on top of Morphin Time as they're trying to push up. They've already lost out on Shogun here, but they've gotten one knock, Stripes to go down. They want to continue pushing up forward. It looks like they try to Octane pad away. Some decent spray here. Death has to be careful, almost goes down. But they will be able to get that at the very least, and for now they recover and they get the knock as well. Looks like Tech & Co will be able to win out their fight over at Countdown. Now here comes the res as well, and so that was a close one.
Fight. That was a really close one. Tech's on basically one shot, two of his teammates knocked, but they are 2 for 1. Oh, here comes a third party by Nestle Pure Life, and Team Rockstar is weak. They just all got rezzed. This should be a easy wipe by Pure Life.
Yeah, Hambino pushing up. He's got Hemlock Sentinel, and the Hemlock can put in the work, but it looks like he could have been able to get out. Nope, never mind. Here's the bubble as he hits with the body shot onto the Sentinel. We'll be able to get the knock onto Peach now. This Crook was the one that snuffed him out, and so Team Rockstar, they are going to lose out on 1. As
Oh, okay. They just left him. They just left Peach. Oh, and it's Team Applejacks forcing a fight here. They have a knock. It's a 3v2 going in right now. Bubbling forward, taking the jump pad indoors, taking caustic gas. 3v1. This should be a clean wipe by Team Applejacks.
Yeah, they cleaned that one up, and the scan for good measure, just in case. We're already down to 15 squads. 42 players remaining. There's just been so much action. We haven't even been able to check in with the map quite yet. It looks like we might have a more central zone here as it is pulling away. Nope, never mind. It's Thermal.
And it looks like a lot of people are set up and staging for some. There's only one team flying into thermal right now. With the way the zones have been acting, it could shift back up to staging, but I think it is a hard thermal zone. I can't see it shifting all the way up to staging. But here's a fight moving forth by Team Intel, doing big damage. Panders is doing huge damage. Pander's gonna push up aggressively and look for angles. It looks like they were getting third-partied by Crypto EMP, and they're gonna back off that fight. They don't want to get too aggressive, especially with Metro being too weak.
Panders changes up the angle that he needs to fight from now, as he needs to buy time for Metro and company to be able to buy up. We had Team Liquid, Team Intel. Oh boy, Nox Gas Grenade. A lot of grenades coming in as they push up. It's going to be Flashpoint that's in their way for the time being. Lost out on one. Kupski goes down as Intel have lost out on two. It's going to come down to a 1v1 as Panders setting up the ports just to block the doors. Oh, that one not great, as we have Protectable backing up to heal up. But of course, Panders with that gold armor will be able to reset faster if he so needs to. And now he's got to be careful. The third party coming in from Team Liquid, I believe, try and pick this one up, as Protectable has to back away as well now. And there we go. They're going at it, and we'll see who ends up winning this one out. Panders goes down. Protectable picks that one up, but Flashpoint are still in shambles at this point. We'll see if he can recover Frapper's banner, and Kupski still bleeding out, and as he's crawled quite a distance to actually get over here, as it was Running Late who actually came in for the third party, not Team Liquid. And so, yeah, it looks like Team Intel just not able to find the timings on these fights in the mid game once again.
And it's looking like Running Late is they're just happy with their loot and not really paying too much attention to Flashpoint. Flashpoint had 2 members down. They could have thirsted the Nox, but they're letting Flashpoint recover, get a banner, get a res. I'm not too sure what they were doing. They're just enjoying the loot.
Yeah, Kupski should be up and running at this point, but it's about how hard they try and gatekeep this position here. Cheese It now in the position that a lot of teams like to play off of, playing the choke here on the northeast side, that Harvester connector towards Thermal Station. But I'm going to go ahead and back away to the res buildings, and surprisingly enough, of course, now playing this a bit differently than they did in game number 1. As, like you said, a lot of teams thinking this one might actually pull over to staging, playing on the staging side.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because by the looks of it, it does look like a hard thermal zone, but the amount of teams in staging is making me double guess my zone knowledge. And Team Rockstar's they're getting a free res, a free reset. They should be able to tank out the zone, being zone 1 closing. But this is actually a really good reset for Rockstar. They just need to find some heals.
Yeah, it looks like they've got the replicators to work with as well. There's still some crafting materials around for them to try and find. We'll see how much they can pick up throughout all of this. If any teams even took maybe the train tunnel to the east of Skyhook, might be enough for them to try and recover off of. We'll see though. 14 squads, 39 players remaining, and now more teams are starting to converge on down to Thermal Station. Running Late though. They're not running a recon legend. They don't have information about the ring, so they're just kind of committing to playing the edge for now. Team Razor, speaking about fighting on the edge, still over here at Countdown. I believe Hambino or Bambino is in front of them. Don't know exactly who, but here we go. Team Razor, they're trying to get aggressive now. We saw them getting aggressive on Charlotte Phoenix in game number 2. They know that they need to pick up kill points. They need to catch up after those 2 last games. As the scan comes out, it doesn't look like they picked up anything off of it. The team might have just completely backed down. So Team Razor are going to just go ahead and start rotating on in with 2 minutes left to go.
And I'm noticing Team Razor, they are every team they seem to fight. The teams want to run. Team Razor's a scary team. They do some big entry damage, and teams are like, nope, I don't want to mess with that, and they just start backing off and running. They're all 3 of them, Muffin, Zera, and Hakulo, are amazing players. It's great to see him competing.
Yeah, it's great to see the shift in style, especially for Team Razor. Really shifting up to playing edge of zone and working out, adding on Muffins now. who also, like in the past, I would have said, typically when he was playing with his brother, when they were playing on Fnatic, they were very passive in the early and mid game and really adjust to the edge play style. But both of them, Shiny and Muffins, have taken to it quite well now. And it looks like running late though, finding themselves in a fight as a defensive bombardment was used by Dank here. Chasing down one squad. It's going to be flashpoints. Kubsky going down again, but Hakulo is here for the third party. Team Razor are not going to give up on this. Frapper has fallen as well because Kubsky bleeds out on that one. Now they're going to go ahead and pay attention to running late, who are trying to run away here on the eastern side of this one. Zeratricky clearing the doors, clearing the cars now. Pushing forward. They do have, of course, this squad on the ropes, backed up. Zeratricky gets the knock onto 00. Negative Bambino, though, is there, so you got to be careful about the third parties. There's a charge rifle coming from across the map as the scan comes out. Doesn't even pick them up on that. And now, oh, you have just poked the hornet's nest. That's what you've done with that charge rifle.
The wrong team. You saw Zera just ping him and he's like, I want him dead. And now they're gonna force a fight on this team. And the team coordination with Team Razor is amazing. Like they're fighting and like they're all on the same page, and it's just like they fought two different teams there and they're all on the same page, looking like extremely professional. I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's been some extremely fast pivots from one fight to the next for Team Razor here, but it's Team Pop-Tarts now in a fight on the edge here over by Tree Connector towards Thermal Station. Lucas is trying to get himself a high ground angle for now. Pop-Tarts do have full high ground control without Horizons and Pathfinders really in the lobby. This position can be extremely strong and easy to hold, but they are going to go ahead and give up ground as they back up to try and play the train platforms as round 2 closes.
And we're about to see if it's shifting to thermal or staging with the amount of teams set up in staging in about 30 seconds. So, and it looks like Team Cheez-It's trying to force a fight on this team in the choke. This is not an ideal fight you want to take, but the Prodigy doing big entry damage. They could push up off of that, but their back is exposed to Harvester and staging, so they need to push up that choke and get out of where their back can get shot and put pressure on this team in the choke.
Yeah, they were able to push out, force them all the way onto that ledge now, as the bubble has been used as well. Rakanishu forced a battery up at the very least, but here's Joey Blackout with that triple take once again, but they have gone away, and I think Cheez-It are at least happy to have this much in-grounds into the zone. Yeah, it has pulled hard over into Thermal Station now. Here's Rakanishu trying to push up. He doesn't have a scan, but he does have the R301, which he has been absolutely melting players with. All of the utility being used by RCO now, but it was the Nox Gas Grenade of Joey Blackout. But from behind, Charlotte. No, never mind. Not even from behind. I don't even know where that charge rifle came from. It was okay. Here is Charlotte Phoenix coming in for that third party. Prodigy Ace is getting punished off of that now, and so Team Cheez-It down to a duo. And Charlotte Phoenix, they're up for every fight, but taking out Team Cheez-It is super important as they are currently leaders in this lobby.
Yep, and Charlotte Phoenix had a very coordinated, clean third party. It looks like they're probably going to post up and stay in this position and clear out their back. There's no need for them to overaggress. There's actually not really many spots they can go from here. So they're probably going to clean up, take the loot, take the utility, chill here for a little bit, see if they can charge up that red Evo if they can with the charge rifle.
All right, here's our TomCat rat cam from its morphin time. We saw them fighting very early on, so Red Ranger has been here for some time now. And again, this ring, we don't know where it quite ends. It could still have be that exact same circle that we had in game number 1. It looks like RCO did get finished off. We're down to 9 squads, 23 players remaining. And so he's now making his move on in. Surprisingly enough, there's no one here. No one in the circle building, it looks like. No one that played on the platform where the circle ended. Razor still here playing on the edge, as it looks like they are in a fight. They do have the scan coming down. EMP getting cleared. And the drone is gone. But here comes a defensive bombardment now, but it's going to be a fight from two fronts. You saw the shots coming out from the other side, but the defensive bombardment does connect. That's going to be Contristan Vanek to go down now as Tricky tries to find another one, but it's Flinzar and gets the knock onto Hakulo. Here comes the Arcstars and Team Razor. This is what we're talking about, the pivot for them. Flinzar does finish off Hakulo throughout all of that, and that's really unfortunate for Team Razor, who are on quite the roll here. Tricky taking a lot of damage as he is getting loop-de-looped now. Does have to back off. Does get a kill onto Flinzar as well as Muffins backs him up. Tricky now trying to get that bat off, but he has to back away. It's going to be Charlotte Phoenix coming in for the third party. They got the knock onto Tricky, and there's only one left now for this squad. Team Razor Muffins goes down, and that's going to do it for them. Charlotte Phoenix on an absolute roll here in game number 3.
They did a nice portal play for a nice clean third party to clear their backs, and Charlotte Phoenix is really chilling right now with some kill points and positioning. And we have
Team
Rockstar. Yeah, they're not in a terrible spot. They got some kill points, and their back is cleared.
You have to remember, this is the squad that went all the way up to Skyhook for the res.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Get Peach and Tech back in. And now they're in a great position. Gold armor for Tech. You got the purple armors for Matt Pickett and Peach. And Tech is laying in some damage with this R301, forcing out that bubble early with Peach on the rotate. Got punished there. Knocks gas grenade right into that bubble. But Matt Pickett, you got to turn around and start taking the fight. Pop-Tarts take him out here as Tech still setting up this cross angle for now. Bubble has gone down as Peach is going to go ahead and try and push that one forward. Matt Pickett does get finished off here, and it was just unfortunate they weren't able to take advantage of that position, and Pop-Tarts will be able to survive for the time being.
And I thought Rockstar had a really good push with the Caustical with Pickett. I'm not exactly too sure what happened with Pickett, if he dropped his controller or something, but Pop-Tarts is putting pressure on the Team Rockstar. And Charlotte Phoenix has control of this whole high ground right now. They're free to run around and bully these teams in the buildings.
Yeah, Ring pulling up to the high ground position here, up to the houses. We don't see that circle as often, but Charlotte Phoenix in a decent spot for it. Their cover is riddled with holes, so you do have to be careful about where you're healing up right now, but Bronzy is able to get that bat and that med kit off. Here in the fourth ring before it starts closing, we've got 7 teams left, 16 players remaining. We know Rockstar down to a duo, but that's still 4 players that are unaccounted for, that are not in the game right now. So we'll see. A lot of damaged squads apparently now, as Pop-Tarts are still trying to control this north here, and Rockstar are giving them hell. Here comes the aggressive bubble out as Lucas is the first one to go down. Tech answered back, Peach to fall. Will Tech be able to win out in this 2v1? He's on the high ground. Took a lot of damage there, the flatline push, as looks like they will be able to secure that thirst at the very least. Bubble up in about 3 seconds, but he's going to go ahead and pop that res, getting hit with the charge rifle, just narrowly missing him actually. He does get the res onto Lucas just in time as the ring closes.
Yeah, and Tech, I'm not sure where he queued away to, but he did get away. They almost had the 2v3. Oh, I think that's him. I think they spotted him. Pop-Tarts in a really good spot right now, chasing down Tech. They want Team Rockstar dead after that Caustical that they threw on him. And it looks like they're controlling all of this, and the 2 teams in the house, they've been there for a while, so I don't think they have too many kill points. And the teams around, oh, here's Red Ranger. We got the rat cam.
Yeah, with 6 squads, 14 players left. Still 3 players that are missing. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm doing the math all wrong here. But yeah, we should have one more squad that is damaged, I believe. But Charlotte Phoenix playing this position on the platform here. You were talking about the 2 teams stuck up in the houses right now, as Bronzy is slowly chipping away to try to get that red Evo for himself up against the squad. Still has a lot of shots left. It looks like it's going to be Team Pringles that are holding position inside one of these buildings. Their door just getting griefed as well. So it was that squad playing over to the west side, might be setting up for the push onto them.
Yep, and so it's basically a Charlotte, Phoenix, and team. Charlotte Phoenix needs to figure out a way to get into zone, and I believe Team Pop-Tarts. Yep, Team Pop-Tarts is also not in zone. Their positioning is not the best, and there's not actually many places they can play. They might have to force a fight onto one of these buildings, which is going to be very chaotic.
Casper with that G7 Scout does get cracked, pops that shield battery for himself as the zone starts closing in, and every team focusing Charlotte Phoenix right now. Nice damage there with the Arc Star. The bubble has been used. They can wait out the time. Finally, Red Ranger does go down. We're down to 5 squads, 13 players remaining. Casper, though, thermite ticking away while he was popping that bat, so he's going to have to use that med kit, and so the timing isn't there quite yet for Rice Krispies to go for that peak yet, but it looks like Charlotte Phoenix were able to survive off of the position here on the fence, but Bronzy is up against it right now. Does need to heal up, and he's just slow healing at that. Nice thermite angle coming out from Pride, and that's going to be massive, but oh boy, defensive bombardment coming out from Bird will take out Mercy and Bronzy, and now Pride is left to try and rack this one out as he cues his way to the bottom of this building. Not all of that. No one, it looked like, was paying attention to Pop-Tarts, and I don't think they took any damage there. We'll see. Rice Krispies, though, trying to evict the bottom of their building. Bird does need to heal up. He's got that bat going for the time being. Still needs to med up as Casper will go for the re-peek, and it looks like they do maintain control of this building for now. Zone does pull away from this from both of these buildings, but they can slow play this on either side of the roof. We'll see who gets priority on that one. It's going to be Team Pringles. We're already up here, so it's imperative for them to make sure, of course, that Rice Krispies aren't able to take their roof. But nice from Team Pop-Tarts to kick them off as Presley has to fall back to pop that Phoenix kid.
And there's 5 squads still left. I know where 3 of them are. We know where Team Pringles, Team Rice Krispies, and Team Pop-Tarts. Team Pop-Tarts is actually in a Team Pop-Tarts positioning has been very well throughout these 3 games. All the teams have to rotate into them. They could just bubble. If they place down their bubble perfectly, they can play that bubble and hold the teams out. Gibby ult, they sell their Gibby ult. It should be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it's 2 solos left here as well in the 3v3v3v 1v1. And so very crucial. Pride still trying to survive throughout all of this. He's still holding the angle underneath for the time being. And I'm so surprised he hasn't actually made himself known. Here comes a drop down. Hits big. 84 almost gets the knock. There it is, taking out Fury, but he needs to heal up. And that squad, they really can't come down to try and challenge him for the time being. Oh, here comes the full push out now. Rice Krispies, though, they get punished as they try to slide down. Bird took a lot of damage, so they're not able to take advantage of that knock, so the rest should come through. Defensive bombardment going down as well. He has stepped out of his bubble, taking a lot of damage here. Getting shot up from behind. Nando goes down. He was one of the rats. We'll see how much longer Pride can survive for. Pride makes top 3 for his team at the very least, but Pringles now, it's Presley by himself. Pride secures 2nd place for them as Pop-Tarts take another win here in game number 3.
Very well played by Pop-Tarts. They saw all the commotion going down at the buildings, and they came in for the perfect opportunity, getting free kills off of every team. They got the solo kill off of Pride. They got a full team kill off of Rice Krispies. Pop-Tarts played that phenomenally.
Yeah, and so they should be catching up. We're taking the leaderboard. We're going to go ahead and take our halftime break here for Series E during TomCat week. So don't get in, guys. We'll be right back.
It is. Guess who is one of the rats? It's our boy, Rat Boy Ronnie.
TC Scissors is the first rat to go down.
He could potentially win this game, Jamerson. They're not really showing the rat much respect. Another rat. Another TomCat rat cam. It's just him again.
The Q in. Does he actually make it to the building safe? He doesn't. Oh no. That was
wow,
the quickest
Ronnie.
nope out of there, but he's gone.
Sliced.
4 squads left.
Sliced. The rat.
hell are they doing all the way down here? Clinical. Team Applejacks, though, left to still rat this one out as the TomCat double rat cam, Bronzies and Aves.
Looks like their third player has been lagging out, which is super unfortunate.
And Rockstar are still in this. Matt Pickett ratting this one out as the first TomCat rat cam. Team Lonely Fans is Blueberry Small, the only one alive. He doesn't have any armor as well. He's going to try and sneak his way underneath. Avoid a lot of that damage and tucks himself into a corner.
Yeah, let's see if Ronnie can win this one out. We were just actually talking about this with Team Pop Darts. And
you want to zoom this in? I'm gonna do it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, newest merch. Yo, Bundy, where do you get this merch, dude? Esportsarena.com/shop.
Looks sick, Bundy.
I know.
What's up, gamers? Conniekin's here. Behind the scenes. Look at this. This is like a camera.
We're doing a photo shoot today.
Stand loose. You're a goofy guy. Yeah. Look at that. That's cute. That's a wallpaper. I don't see anybody else's esports org with this many sponsors. That's all I'm saying. What? You don't like that? Why are you laughing? Do like, I don't know, is there like a Fortnite character that you like that doesn't take out storyline?
It's the eye when it comes to production and photography.
Yeah, put the Nintendo Direct right there.
Area.
What's up? Look at this crew neck, Connie. Show me this crew neck. Look at the embroidery. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Connie, how do those feel on your legs?
I love them, dude. I could literally live in these.
Audi, he said hi. GameCube controller. Get out of here.
What's this?
Phone and I just saw it.
Oh my god.
Like this thing right here. Did you get that on camera?
Watch your fingers.
Yes.
Put the camera down. Can you guys put these cameras down and like actually help Kyle?
Buddy, here, you can just take this. No, Brandon, keep vlogging.
Yeah, I don't know why he's thinking that. This is...
We got Tyler posing over here looking like a badass. We got Kyle doing some great shots where he pulls back and... 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
You know, it's just a whole vibe, Connie. Gaming, dog. Gaming.
It's almost taxi.
Where's your camera? In the box?
In the box. Do you think the elevator's working?
No.
No. It was really dangerous. That was some Final Destination.
Yes.
Show us a picture.
No.
Hey guys, we're gonna...
Yeah, we did it. We made it. Right before the sun.
540.
That's a whole lot.
Sam with the cards.
Yep.
Nailed it just in time.
That was perfect, Connie.
Halftime. What's
Literally
up, guys?
got this. You guys missed it right before we came in here.
That's true.
Anyway, yeah, we are in halftime.
Yep.
So we're going to talk some more because we've seen some insane games.
It's crazy day one of week 3.
Yes.
There it is.
Your numbers are so far correct tonight.
Whew, that's just good. I messed up a little bit earlier.
You came in with the points of 69, nice, and then you got the 1 of game 3. Week 3. Oh,
God.
gee,
TomCat week.
Golly.
Esports Arena, Orange County live studio.
If you got a rodent problem, these guys are the best in the biz. They take care of that problem the way that we've seen some rats taken care of in games earlier tonight. Liquid Casper.
Boom. Get out of
he
here.
was at
Rat.
Sayonara. See you later. I don't
Rat.
think so. You're not winning. Okay. You got liquefied.
Nice. Good. First couple games of the night were a lot of maybe.
Okay, well then you need to play better because these guys are way better than you. Prodigy H's,
That's why I'm on the couch.
Joey Blackout, 2 kills, 3,100 damage. So
The damage is there, though. for
damage
all
is
of
there.
them.
So clearly Rack is cleaning up everything because he's got at 20 kills. Rack's got 14, and the whole team kills tonight for Team Cheez-It. So congrats, Team Cheez-It. Keep popping off. This is huge. They're knocking it out of the place. What is
well, Pop-Tarts.
I don't know what Sam means by that and by that.
Their average placement. So they're basically their average Pop-Tarts. Let's talk about, or we can finish with
Well,
Cheez-Its.
finish Cheez-Its,
Cheez-Its
yeah.
average placement is 5th. So in average in these games over the 3, which means basically over the 3 games they averaged 5th place.
Well, I know that, but he's got 5.33 in there.
Well, that's the exact math. You
The
gotta-
exact
you gotta
math.
break it down.
Thank you, Sam, for that. But so they're still going nuts tonight, but they're
Yes.
still only in 5th place.
Yeah. But then you got
crazy. I know.
Pop-Tarts, who
Pop-Tarts,
not only took game 1, but also game 3. And these guys, Farmer Lucas, Impulsive Dream, and Stomps, are playing out of their minds. Impulsive Dream specifically, ludicrous.
10 kills, 3,770 damage is what he's got. So that's epic, Impulsive Dream. Popping off, out of the 15 kills that you have, you've got 2/3 of them. So that's pretty good. Lucas, Farmer Lucas, kid can play, dude, because he's 3,700 damage. He's at 3,500 damage. So Impulsive, so he's just like 200 damage underneath Impulsive with only 4 kills. So obviously Impulsive Dream finishing the fights.
Yep.
Seems like Farmer Lucas is doing a lot of the brunt of the battle though too. So.
Well, I mean, it's all about just like what your role in the team is, right? Like a lot of times you're like your entry damage, or like you're the guy, like you're the Wraith. You got to get in their face and you got to close the kill so you can get out, right? So it just depends on who's playing what, but you can see that the damage is all there. Like that teamwork is what's important and what can keep these guys on top as we go week to week. I mean, Pop-Tarts again, last to first, last place in season 1, and I'm feeling like they're gonna be taking first place in season 2.
I think so. I mean, they're absolutely destroying it. It's a dark horse. None of us saw it coming. None of us knew that Pop-Tarts was actually going to be able to pull this out. Sorry, Farmer Lucas, but I mean, you were last place. So 0 to hero, man. I mean, props to you, dude. Congratulations, dude, because you guys are crushing it. Average place 1.67 every game.
Which means they're getting first to third place every time.
Second. Yeah, first to second place.
Like,
I mean, that's insane. So these guys are doing well. Stomps only 1 kill tonight and 1,800 damage, or 1,900 damage pretty much.
Do Pop-Tarts grow on farms? It's a great question, Bronzy. Congratulations on getting picked up, by the way.
Do Pop-Tarts grow on farms? Oh, strawberries do.
Yeah.
Cinnamon probably does. Brown sugar, cinnamon. So they're clearly growing the filling. Blueberries.
I feel like we're stepping on dangerous territory here.
What are you talking about?
I actually saw a really funny Pop-Tarts meme of how Pokemon streamers open their Pop-Tarts, and it was like this guy like opening up the package, taking it out, putting one behind the other one, flipping it over, and then being like, "Oh my god!" It's like with the Pop-Tart, and then he took it Pop-Tart and he put it in like a Ziploc bag and sealed it like a sleeve.
Jesus.
It was so funny.
That is pretty funny.
It actually was.
Was that on TikTok? You said?
I don't remember. I saved
That'd be a
it.
perfect
though.
TikTok.
I did save it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll have to recreate it on our Thursday stream for Pop-Tarts week.
Yeah.
but-
So I will be honest. Luke and I were doing a lot of other work outside of this, so we didn't get a chance to catch a lot of it. So thank you to our stats team for bringing the stats to us. We have all these stats will be readily available. Some pretty cool news tomorrow and a demonstration we're going to show everybody as far as what that's going to be. So Luke, we got 5th place for Cheez-It, but they appear to be popping off. I think game 1, I don't really know how well they did game 1, but assume they did well. They won game 2. Do they finish out the night? Do you believe in these guys? Rack Attack is back. Obviously 14 kills. He's crushing the damage. It's insane. Does he lead the team to a top 1-2 spot by the end of the night tonight?
I don't know. I'm worried about the consistency. I feel like for Team Cheez-It, like over the last
5th place
over the last couple of weeks,
true.
and even tonight, even too. Like, yeah, I mean, we know that they're fraggers. We know that they're incredible players. But like, do they have the consistency and the ability to compete in these lobbies and always be taking home those W's? Like Pop-Tarts.
Hold on. Stomp says his Stomps. What's your stat, dude? If it's wrong, he says his stats are wrong.
Read his stats.
He said, all right, Stomps, I have you at 1 kill and damage at 1868. So you let me know. 1 kill, apparently. Let's go. Okay, well, let me know.
Maybe that's just that game.
Maybe I can't read handwriting, but that does look like a 1.
Looks like a 1 to me, Chief. But, I mean, obviously, we know Stomps is more than capable of crushing in those kills. And overall, I am going to say I think Pop-Tarts is looking really strong tonight. I, of course, would love to see my boys Intel start picking it up.
Yeah, dude,
but
Rice
I got to
Krispie
say
Treats.
Pop-Tarts.
The only thing we saw with Rice Krispie Treats was just a rat. You know, I didn't really see, because, Liquid Casper.
Those your boys.
I know, they're my...
They'll bring it back, dude.
They'll bring it back. They'll bring it back.
Those guys play out of their minds.
Yeah.
Okay, they just got to get warmed up.
Yeah, and I know, Casper coming back, and, I support you, brother, and I appreciate you joining the streams and appreciate you playing and doing as much as you can tonight. So we're with you, buddy. Again, appreciate you coming out. But
You're only saying that because you're Team Rice Krispie Treats.
No,
Team Rice Krispies.
I follow him.
Treats.
I follow him on Twitter. I've been listening, so I hear you, brother. But appreciate you joining the team and all that sort of stuff and hanging out. So hopefully you'll do pretty well.
Well, we got our
the
picks.
next day. Impulsive Dreams, they just didn't put the last game in. Oh, is that a fact? Well, hey, look, guys, we had to hurry and get these stats in. So if this is out of 2 games, that's pretty epic. But Stomps, what do you got? 5 kills, 3,300 damage is what he's got.
Pretty good.
So if that's true,
he really stepped it up.
Yeah, you.
Do we have the full leaderboard for the night? Can we throw that up?
Do we have the full leaderboard to see where we're at right now?
Yeah.
That'd be good to know.
Chat's popping though. What's up?
Yeah,
boys?
while they figure that out, it'd be good. It's Aves. What's up, man? You didn't let me know if I could be one of the dudes.
One of the dudes night.
One of the Apple Jacks dudes.
Yeah.
We'll go crazy, man. We'll go out and just
dudes night in with Apple Jacks.
Snack, game, out. Just a couple dudes all hanging out, but VIP me.
But overall, it's TomCat week. We got some awesome giveaways going on tonight. I don't know if you guys can see the merch that's just literally all over the place. I'm talking jerseys, I'm talking joggers, dad hats, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks. We got literally everything, guys. It's all on those giveaways. Exclamation point giveaway in chat.
If you know me, I always wear this hat. This hat is the best looking hat backwards, okay? I don't wear it forwards. It just doesn't, I don't know. I just think it goes like too
Dude,
tall.
You look like 2015 Tyler.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
get that
2015
Tyler
Tyler.
outta
Yeah, that guy didn't know what he was doing.
But look at this.
So
man.
I go like this. Why not? I'm impartial, sometimes barely. Okay, wow, I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot going on there.
There is a lot. Chat is popping off.
Ouch. What game number is this? We are in halftime right now, brother. So we are about to move into game number 4. Exclamation point giveaway in chat. Exclamation point shop in chat.
I also wanted to mention,
what else you got?
We said Tom and Jamerson are going to take it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we lied.
And Tom's got the week off because he's handling ALGS this week, you said, right?
You got it.
So
big playoffs going on this weekend.
Big playoffs. The guy is zoning in for that. So we miss you, T-squared.
Lion.
But Lion's coming in. Lion, former Apple Jacks player from last season, coming in and stepping in the casting role.
He's been doing
tonight.
a great job.
He's doing dynamite. Yeah, I like his color commentary. It's good. Jamerson, as always, crushing it on the
Holding
comms.
down the fort, the boy.
Holding down the fort. I mean, he really is. I love his casting. It is pretty awesome.
I think we're ready
let's hit the bars. I'm down to hit the bars, but let's party at your pool house. Do I have a pool house?
Not yet.
I have a shack, dude. I don't think you want to, I mean.
It's kind of a pool house.
I have a shack that needs TomCat. Okay, let me just.
You got that little inflatable pool in the backyard.
Do I?
I was just making fun of you.
Oh, I have a pool that's a 7-minute walk that's called the Pacific Ocean. Oh, humble brag, not a big deal right there.
You did say you lived in a shack, so
it is a shack.
Only makes sense that you live on the beach.
It's a shack just close to the beach. That's all. Exactly.
I think they're.
Are we getting the wrap up?
Are we ready for game 4?
Shane's going. I hear Shane go.
Yep. Hey, we're ready for game 4.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we'll stop wasting all your time. Psych. We'll stop entertaining you.
Next
to the
week,
maximum
next week,
extent.
there's a game show. Again,
oh, that's true.
Next week, game show, subs only at
only.
Esports Arena. You get to participate in the game show. It's a ton of fun. We're giving away a ton of shit. Tune in. I can say shit on here. Well,
nope,
shit.
You
all
can't.
Right.
Nope. It's a family stream. We do not support
Party
that kind of language.
time. I'm
You're
sorry.
going in timeout.
Sorry. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Series E, open night, pro night tomorrow night, 3 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you all there.
TomCat
Lion, TomCat week.
Woo.
Tom, what a week for Tom to miss during TomCat week. We miss you, Tom, but TomCats we don't miss because they're awesome. Lion, Jamerson, you guys go ahead and take it away. Game 4 coming up next. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Intel.
Versus coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true side trademark is at the edge of your dreams. Yeah. One shot, now the future is yours. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. Get the bars with the breaks. I'm talking one chance the episode goes for the go. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
All right, welcome back, guys, from halftime. We had an extended break there. Thank you so much, of course, Luke and Co. for covering, Tyler, excuse me, for covering all of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One leaderboard to see where we shape up as we head into the second half of the evening here for TomCat week. And it's, of course, our open registration night. And so right now, typically that's when we see our partnered squads doing their best. And we had Pop-Tarts taking 2 games now in the first half, Lion. So they should be well up there on the leaderboard, if not in first place. There it is. Yeah. So they are in first place with 50 points, 7 points above Charlotte Phoenix right now.
And Team Pop-Tarts winning 2 of the games, as you said. And then the third game, they placed 3rd place, I believe. They're playing extremely consistent, and that's what I love to see. They are above that 10-point average that you were talking about earlier, and we're halfway through this tournament, and it's actually, the scores are still looking pretty close. Only a 7-point difference between Charlotte Phoenix, about a 5-point difference between Cheese and Charlotte Phoenix. It's still looking like it could be anybody's game, to be honest, between the top 4, depending on if Team Pop-Tarts keeps up this consistency.
Yeah, that is the big thing, right? The consistency of Team Pop-Tarts. Let's take a look at the Mobile One high performance moment of game number 3. It's going to be Rice Krispie Treats. This is the final moments. There were still 2 rats alive throughout all of this. So you have to imagine they played their part at the very least and all that. And so some damage did go down onto Pop-Tarts throughout all that, but they were able to survive, taking out Stunny and GS Bird next. And again, it's about the quick recovery here, and it's just the rats left, I believe. Yeah. So Presley comes in, and then ultimately, I'm pretty sure it was Pride, the final player left here, was able to queue and buy enough time.
And Pride played that ratting really well. He got his team 2nd place. I believe he got a kill point too. Like he played his best for sure.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he it wouldn't be griefing, right? Because, I mean, he ultimately ended up in a better position than them, took out 1. But right now, oh my goodness, this is going to be
Muffins.
The 3rd drop change coming out from Refresh right now. So Thermal Station to Countdown now to here in Skyhook, and Muffins got punished off of that.
It looks like all 3 of them landed on top of Muffins to punch him out, and I don't think Muffins was expecting that at all, because he's had Skyhook. They've had that side of Skyhook this whole game, and he hasn't. And here we are with Rice Krispie Treats, looking like they're about to commit to a fight and a 50-50.
Well, it's Charlotte that didn't fight themselves, actually. Here comes out the scan. No hostiles detected there, but there is definitely someone in the area. It is just about finding out where they went, and it looks like they might have gotten away there. And so they're just going to go ahead and continue their looting. I mean, they do have the replicators to work off of if they want to, but no, they're going to start moving on out. It's 2 minutes before the zone starts closing. Razor have the opportunity to try and pick up this banner, but it's Hakulo there on the low ground on that Wraith. Try and pick it up. Zeratricky took a lot of damage. It's double purples for Hakulo and Zeratricky if they want to try and fight this, but they were able to recover Muffins's beacon. Banner, so they can back up off of this. It'll be a little bit scary. We'll see how hard they commit, but it looks like the other squad actually wants a full commit onto them. We should go ahead and swap back on over. Hakulo gets the knock onto Chemist, and they have taken some damage throughout all of that. There's an arc star ticking away, but a good thermite in from Zeratricky. He lands a second one throughout all of that. They actually have the opportunity here now, turning the tables onto them. Zeratricky was considering going to the high ground here. Hits for the massive onto the knocked player, but again, it's going to be taking the bottom and the top. Zeratricky gets the knock onto Seiko, and he is going to punish them for what they did to Muffins. You do not do that to Muffins and get away with it, as Pop-Tarts find themselves in a fight now, making their rotate up. Remember, they were over there by Geyser now, fighting up against the Overlook squad.
And I believe Team Pop-Tarts has been fighting this team off rotate almost every game now. They do. I remember fighting them in no name, and maybe they see them as an easy 3 points, or because they're not playing the early rotate that they normally play right now. Oh, and we have Team Rockstar going at it. It's a 3v2, doing huge damage. 3v1. That should be a clean wipe for Team Rockstar. Good bubble down by Peach.
I wonder if this is a third party coming in. I think it is, because just before we swapped over here, Peach had gotten a kill onto one as well. 2 assists on the board for Matt Pickett as Tech gets that finisher on Bambino, and so he'll be able to refresh the armor that way and heals up with the med kit. Bam, taking on 00 negative as well. So again, today has just been high flying action every single game, every single ring. Rockstar winning out on this one will be able to craft up and they'll be able to get their their economy going.
That did. We have RCO going down. Oh, this is a rough spot to be in. There's 2 people on top of the tower. The banner being stuck on top of the tower. I don't think they're going to be able to get that recovery with 2 people sitting up there with caustic gas. This is a really rough spot for Nando to be in.
Yeah, we have to remember that I believe Pop-Tarts are in the area as well. There we go. Impulse getting a knock and finishing off Dank at the very least. So, yeah, looking like an impossible situation, even getting worse there. As Holiday does go for the peak to a player to his north, and yeah, that caustic gas is just going to continue to tick away. Pop-Tarts looking on, waiting for some trades, I believe. And they do get the team fire onto Holiday. Stomps, gets that knock onto him. And now Pop-Tarts are poised to just push up, advance, and take away this position. As a surprising amount of teams actually fighting over here at Overlook. And now, as he pushes up, they've got the port covering that door. They have to back away. He takes that port back. And so this is going to allow Lucas to secure the kills onto them. Stomps was on the other side of that portal. That's going to be 2 more kill points. Going over towards Pop-Tarts. Impulse does have to be careful. He took some damage there, and he will go down. It's Charlotte right on top of them. Pride gets that kill onto him as well. Charlotte, Phoenix, finding a nice timing push on them.
Charlotte's been phenomenal with their timing on these fights. They're coming in at really great times for these third parties. I'm wondering how they do it. And it looks like Team Applejacks is maybe committing to a fight, or maybe not. It looks like the team backed off of them. Oh, no. It looks like they're about to commit.
Wonder if it's going to be Cheez-It quite possibly underneath them. No, it's not. This is, they are starting to make their way on up. The defensive bombardment has gone down for this squad as well, but it's the full commit into the building already coming out from Rollers and company. Duplex is taking a lot of damage and going to need some help very shortly now. Getting peeked over at the stairs. Rollers backs away, pulls out that Eva 8, and he goes down to Fury. And There it is already. Apple Jacks. They had a team fight win early on, and now they are up against it here. His Watson did go down throughout all of that. His Duplex is playing around the bubble quite well for now, but he has to go for that repeat. Chasing after that Gibraltar. He will fall. So Team Pringles pick that one up, and his Watson will get res. We did get to see also throughout all of that, the circle is pulling down once again here to the south. It's going to be more, I imagine it's going to be the choke just to the northwest of this building.
Yep. And Rolders was playing a little too aggressive in that building. He was trying to get some entry damage, and he put himself in a 2v1. And we have Team Pop-Tarts. We have Team Pop-Tarts in the zone.
We have about
Looks like
4 teams actually still in this general area right now. And so, yeah, Pop-Tarts are just running around over at Overlook, but I'm fairly certain there's still another squad around. We've got teams in Frag East as well. So when we talk about fighting on the edge, yeah, this is all it's doing. Team Cheese are coming in. There we go. Third party onto this squad as they get the knock onto his Watson again. First one to fall in the team fight. He's barely able to get that black hole off, but he will get thirsted this time around. Takanishu picks that one up, and they continue to put on the pressure. We'll finish off Team Pringles here. Team Cheez-It really been turning up the tempo up against our lobbies now. Again, in a fight, as they've already lost out on one Awkward Turtle down, but the defensive bombardment is doing massive damage. Goofy Gamer could actually come in to clean this one up, as Vanek will fall as he tried to go for the thirst there. Now it's going to be Nacho to try and clean this one up, but a third party has come in. Atlantis is here. Stripes with Sean and Disrupt. The timing not quite on point to try and punish this. Here we go. Disrupt pushing up now. He will have the Spitfire R9 as the bubble has been thrown down. We'll chase after him here, but having a little bit of trouble with that bubble. Gets actually tagged massively. Flinzar picks that one up. Sean does finally trade away as Stripes pushes in with that Octane jump pad. Now he does have the angle on one.
Octane.
And it looks like every team is just disengaging off of this Atlantis, the ultimate winners in the third party.
Yep, and there's 11 squads left, round 2. A lot of edge fights going on. I did see Team Pop-Tarts. One of their teammates were in Refinery, and the other teammate was in Geyser. It looks like they were running away from each other, like trying to get away from Charlotte Phoenix. But, oh, here's Charlotte Phoenix putting on massive pressure onto this Octane team. Team Atlantis.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see if that Octane pad's going to help. Oh, Mercy with a huge entry knock. And Charlotte Phoenix is going to capitalize off that knock and wipe this team.
Yeah, Bronzy just hit almost everything with that Havoc.
Yeah.
Sean gets sent flying throughout all of that. And there we go. They should be able to finish this one off. Here comes the scan once again. Trying to figure out where that knocked Octane is. They will be able to secure that throughout all of that. Flashpoint have gone down as well. It's going to be Team Rockstar picking that one up. Now they did lose bottom of this tower for now. There's still, this can still, of course, pull away to what we saw in game number 1, going over.
And we see Rice Krispie Treats is, oh, we're on Team Cheez-It now, posted up at one of the best spots. Zone will be pulling towards them.
Yeah. They'll have slow side for this circle, and really Team Rice Krispie Treats are the only one that can really challenge them. It's about now you saw the pings going down as most of this ring is over here on the low. So Team Intel actually right next to RKT. Thermite just narrowly missing Panders there, surprisingly enough. The more nades are coming in. He has to be careful, trying his best to juke around, climbing up even. Does not get into the queue fast enough, but he will be able to survive. And he needs the full heal, though. Luckily, the push isn't going to be there as 6. He has that caustic to try and slow things down. He's got control of the building with it. And so Rice Krispie Treats will not be able to push in through that. Panders, the one to pulp the ultimate accelerant for themselves, surprisingly enough. And so maybe they're just trying to get out of here as quickly as possible, go down to the low ground and play inside Thermal Station proper We'll find out. The Beast of the Hunt is going for Metro throughout all of this. He's trying to pop out those scans, buying time, keeping Team Rice Krispies at bay.
Yep, and Panders is trying to... I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah, Panders doesn't have any more heals, it looks like. He's not healing up his armor, and they might just be completely out. Team Intel, you have to remember that they dropped at Thermal Station, and they took an early position. Didn't get into any fights. It doesn't look like they have any KP, so they didn't pick up any additional loot. And so this might just be it. Their gas might be running on empty at this point. With 4 squads remaining, that is a very, very bad sign for them here. As Metro does go down, Casper was able to make that push, but throughout all that, Team Cheez-It came in as well. So it was not an even trade as Team Cheez-It are looking to mop this lobby up now. Prodigy Ace is pushing up, going onto the high ground here. We'll be able to invade into the building, but it looks like they take Casper out. Rakinishu picking that one up, and they will bring it down to the top 2 situation. Team Cheez-It versus, I don't even know who the final squad is for this zone.
Yep, and Team Cheez-It is one of the top teams right now, and they're playing phenomenal. I believe they have easily over 10 kill. Actually, maybe not over 10 kill points, but they have the game-winning spot. The team has to... Oh, they are... Oh, maybe not. It looks like they're going to be taking a 3v3. They do have all 3 red Evos. They have an armor advantage on them.
Yeah, port early. 5 kills for Prodigy Aces, by the way, and he has 2 assists, so at least 7 kills for Team Cheez-It right now. An early port just in case they might need it, and it's unfortunate they don't have a Gibraltar. I'll just go ahead and slide on down. Scan has come out. Rakinishu does not have his Beast of the Hunt. Tries to peek that angle, but now it looks like they have given up the high ground as this squad as Team Cheez-It are pushing up. Joey Blackout taking a lot of damage, is basically out of the spike, popping that bat. Rakinishu is trying to hold his angle. Joey Blackout does go down. It's a 1-for-1 exchange as Team Rockstar here. We'll see Rakinishu. He's been coming up with some clutch plays, and he does. Peach goes down, and it's all...
Snapped. How's it taste? It's so thin, crispy, and cheesy. And I just want to keep eating it. And eating it.
Good weed may run out of cheese.
Trying to shine like a star on a hot night. And something about the struggle now resides in my muscles.
Love frosting and filling.
I do love frosting and filling.
Oh, and
Pasta. I love it. Pesto.
All right, put Matt Pickett onto the Bloodhound, and what happens? You guys win. I don't know. It's a weird coincidence, right, Lion?
What a coincidence. I feel like he belongs on Bloodhound.
Yeah, and they were able to take that, but it was still a very, very tight one for them at that point. Team Rockstar, though, they do take game number 4 here during the second half of Series E, TomCat Week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One High Performance Leaderboard. A lot of our teams that were up in the top of that bracket went down kind of early, and so that has allowed squads to break up, shake it up there. So Team Cheez-It now in the lead, even though they didn't get the win there. They got second place with a lot of kill points, and so they're now leading up against Team Pop-Tarts by 1 point. But Charlotte Phoenix are right below them as well, down by 2. And now Rockstar making their play, making their push for the top. And so we cannot count out teams like Razer, Rockstar, or Rice Krispie Treats. Flashpoint are almost on that bubble where it's almost impossible for them to come back, but still, anything can happen in the last 2 games.
And these last 2 games, I personally feel like this is where the consistency matters the most. Like, you do not, being those top 3 teams, you do not want to be dropping a 0-point game, a 1-point game. You want to play as consistent as you can, hoping that other teams make that mistake. And yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. Hopefully, all top 3 teams are making it to end game.
Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix has been getting into a lot of fights. Pop-Tarts have been trying to find, of course, a lot of the end games, playing a little bit more patiently. Here's the final 3v3. Joey Blackout took a lot of initial damage there. Don't know by whom. It looks like it was just Tech. And honestly, a lot of our players have been coming up with some huge clutch 1v1 plays, but this flank coming out from Matt Pickett wasn't able to get enough damage, but he does enough at the very least. Bring this one down as now they haven't had time to try and recover. Here comes the next trade as Rakanishu peeks on over with that Mastiff, but he does get a lot of damage going his way. Tech coming in for the flank once again. It's crazy how Rockstar are playing this. It's been a series of 1v3s, and it was a war of attrition that ultimately Tech does win out on. But it comes down to this final 1v1. Rakanishu peeking on over, and that climb. It's just a moment of vulnerability. You're not able to shoot, and Tech, you saw him pull away from it to have a better angle on that shot and takes him out. So congratulations, Rockstar, taking that one. As we have, well, almost another thermal ending. This one should definitely end over where Metro is right now, on top of that beacon building. And so that's what, 5 southern zones? Well, 4 southern zones, or 4 almost thermal zones that we'll have.
Yep. And by the way, that last play was actually really well played by Tech. It was a 2v1, and Rakanishu got the armor swap to make him full health, so almost making it a 3v1. So Tech played that phenomenally. And it's looking like Metro might be, or they might be getting snuck up on.
I think Rollers is trying to come in to try and sneak that beacon.
Little does he know it ends there.
We'll see if they can hold on to this position. Rice Krispie Treats, though, in a fight again. The rip, and what a strange place for this fight to be taking place now. It has to be an early rotate here. Who's on the other side of this one? That Arcstar does not connect. GS Bird along with Stunny very low, but Stunny does get that bat off. Bird playing like he's full HP. This is a madness coming out here as he's trying to find anything, try to go for the trades. They do get 2 at the very least, and it's going to be the full squad wipe for Team Rice Krispies. This squad has not been able to find a home across our 5 games now. This is their 4th drop location throughout our 5 games, and this is why it's important to be able to secure a spot for yourself in these tournaments.
Yeah, especially if you haven't practiced a spot together as a team. A lot of these teams have been practicing these spots. They know where to land if they get contested, what has the best loot. And if you're jumping onto one of these sponsored teams who have been playing together and practice together, you're going to be in for some trouble.
Got our 301 Spitfires alternators going all around right now as Rice Krispies are making their rotation on over. They were able to pull up the beacon as well, so they know where this one's ending, and it's going to be difficult as we saw Applejacks were in location to try and take the beacon building. Intel could, of course, pull over there as well, but it's been Charlotte Phoenix. I don't know exactly where they're dropping, but they've been able to find fight after fight in the early game now. They make their push on in. Thermite down. Well, I thought he threw out the Thermite. Here we go. Pushing up. Mercy has taken a lot of damage. Okay, Pride gets the knock onto Sushi, and Bronzy will finish this one off shortly. They do finish off Contrist, and that's going to be 3 kill points. And in this tight race amongst our top 3 right now, remember, they're separated by 3 or 4 points. Every single kill is going to matter here.
Yeah. And Flinzar actually with that bubble, you would think it benefits him, but it actually isolated him from his team, holding out the people from the door and putting him in a 3v1. And we have Team Applejacks putting on pressure on a Caustic team. This is going to be a hard fight to push. Oh, they're playing Bangalore as well. Bangalore Pathfinder. This is a new composition.
Yeah, very few Bangalores in competitive Apex Legends, so it's always nice to see, but this is where it becomes so difficult to try and push in. You got a Caustic on the other side. Duplex trying to go for some jump peaks there, but really not finding much. They've got to be careful. The longer they take on this fight, you could have Team Cheez-It coming in from the rotate over at Lava City. This is just about that timing. They should be here shortly, and so they need to call on this fight soon. It looks like the port was never mind, they were pinging that maybe Intel comes on over, but never mind, they're in a fight. Team Pringles takes out Panders and Metro. It's all up to 6. What happened in that fight? I know that Intel actually got the first knock on them. Fighting back in the 3v2, Team Intel got punished. Now Applejack still taking their time over here at Tree up against the squad, and it's just so much utility being used by either side. Caustic Crypto, a composition that has fallen very out of favor now, is now they're trying to move out. Rollers backs away, popping that Q. Nice spray out from Aves as Duplex goes for the peak himself. Arcstar slowing them down, and they're still having difficulty finding this. And here it is, the third party finally comes in. They get the knock onto Red Ranger, but will they even be able to convert it into a kill as they back away? Now having to play from the other side of this building with almost no utility.
And that's the problem with taking fights near the end game spot that take a long time. The third parties are so quick to show up, and that's what looks like what's happening. The Bangalore ult might buy them some time holding off the third party, but it's still going to be a hard fight to take. And it's looking like they're actually doing really good damage against this third party.
Yeah, they got one knock and the thirst as well. Now is Duplex. He's been using this angle to force them back. As you can see, that's allowed A's and Rollers to push up now. And again, another beautiful flank as he hits big damage onto the Gibraltar. Bam goes down. Applejacks were able to just swerve past that third party. Now Duplex and Aves do need a reset, but here comes Rollers for that killing blow, taking out Death. And so that's going to be Red Ranger and company going down. Still, though, have they been able to fully punish Bam quite yet, as they are recovering? Team Cheez-It coming in for the fourth party here. A little bit late on this one, but they are in prime position. R301 Gold Mag Mastiff for Prodigy Aces. Misses his first volley of spray there. Murakinishu has a crossfire set up, and he does throw down that scan. Now they want to go ahead and try and punish them here. Prodigy Ace is pushing over the top, doesn't have his gun out, but he swerves just in time. Holiday was the solo there, but now they will be able to pick up one more. That's Aves going down. 3v2 up against Team Applejacks, and like we said, so much utility was used. They were not able to heal as Rakanishu picks up Roller, and now there's just one left for Team Applejacks. Team Cheez-It really turning this one up as they are hunting down that final remaining member. Gets into the queue just in time, but Rakanishu, his beast of the hunt runs out, so he's not going to really be able to chase anymore. And Team Cheez-It can just back off, but looks like they want to make a play for this. Prodigy Aces took a lot of damage, and this might be the call for them to just loot up.
Yep, Team Cheez-It being the first place team doesn't want to overcommit to a fight. It looks like another team is pushing on a Team Cheez-It, leaving Joey Blackout by himself, getting thirsted. That's the problem, overcommitting to one of your kill points. You're leaving one of your teammates behind. And now they're going to have to figure out how to fight off this team and somehow recover Joey Blackout. I do believe in Team Cheez-It, though. They are in first place for a reason. They're a phenomenal team. And Team Pop-Tarts coming into Bully, looking like a fourth party is going on.
Flashpoint is here.
Maybe even Charlotte Phoenix. Charlotte Phoenix is here, too.
Yeah, every team converging, and these are important teams as well. Pop-Tarts, yep. They got Charlotte, of course, as well, and Team Cheez-It. And so Pop-Tarts now can just wrestle back away the lead. Charlotte Phoenix are out. Pride and Mercy going down. I don't know if Bronzy went down yet. It was a flurry there on the kill feed. There's still one player left inside as the pings do go down. Luke is doing a good job with that R301. Impulse took a lot of damage there, but of course he's got the flank Rakanishu to fall. So now amongst our top three, Pop-Tarts stand on top. 9 squads remaining, 27 players left in this lobby.
And that's looking really good for Pop-Tarts. They got the top three, the 2 only threats they had, they got rid of them. They're out of the lobby. So now all Pop-Tarts has to do is play positioning and hopefully get the win. They're actually not in a bad spot with all this loot. They have plenty of heals, plenty of utility. They don't need to overcommit onto any fights. They know the teams that were close to them in points are gone out of the lobby. And now they just need to focus and play their game.
Yeah, they're in a great position too. We'll see how the zone pulls. If it'll go over towards the thermal side or favor over here at Tree. Team Razor are in this, and Team Razor were within range. But if they want to have a fighting chance going to game number 6, well, they got to survive this situation, but they also need to get rid of Pop-Tarts here. Port has been used, and oh no, Zero drinking his head backwards. It was an accidental team kidnap onto him, and that does actually punish them. Rockstar are here. That could have been crucial moments for him to get that bat off. Muffin still needs to reset as well. Hakulo now coming around. Flashpoint with the third party gives them an opportunity to try and punish this. Hakulo interrupts that fast rest as well as they're trying to get into the bubble. Now Muffin's backing up. Now he's still actually stuck underneath, but he backs away, and looks like Tech and company are getting punished now. It is the full send coming out from every squad. Muffins pick up those kills as well. Peach going down along with Matt Pickett. Do they have the heals to full heal up? No, Muffins will fall. Kumsky picks this one up, and Hakulo is the only one alive. And Pop-Tarts is so happy to see this. Kupski wants to finish this one off. Hakulo, only with the slow heals, got the cells, barely got one off, but the crossfire is here. Flashpoint should finish them off, bring us up to our top 7.
Kupski with the charge rifle and just punishing all these teams for fighting out in the open and picking up 2 or 3 free kills. Mr. Hakulo does have his Wraith Q and his teammates' banners right next to him, so he should be able to queue away to these buildings behind him, depending on Flashpoint. Oh, no, Flashpoint is full sending on him. They want this. They want Hakulo dead. But Hakulo is doing a great job fending off in a 3v1 situation, doing huge damage. Huge damage. Oh, but he goes down.
If he could have gotten the knock onto Kupski, he would have had this armor swap for that gold to continue the fighting. But now, let's go ahead and talk about continue the fighting, as NPL are now making a push over here at Thermal. Awkward Turtle gets the knock onto Hambino. They go for the repeat here. Goofy Gamer going down Gan in the 2v2 up against NPL. Never mind, they get finished off. NPL will have control over this platform here. Bambino is happy with the placements of his barrels so far, and they will be able to get the res onto Hambino.
And there being only 6 squads left in round 3. Rotating shouldn't be too much of an issue for any of these teams. We have Rice Krispie Treats going at it, and it's looking like a 3v1 right now for Bird, and that's a clean wipe for Team Pringles against Nestle Pure Life.
Yeah, Team Pringles. They took out Team Intel earlier on, and so they've been able to play these buildings here. As now we're down to 5 squads with 15 players remaining. And you were talking about the rotations, of course. Pop-Tarts are basically in the god spot. If the ring doesn't pull over here, I don't even know. They got all these armor swaps to work with as well. Gold backpacks for the res. Stomps didn't pick that one up, so that might mean they have 2 gold backpacks as well. And so their panic button, their ability to just reset is absolutely insane right now. Flashpoint. They are being gatekept, of course. Team Pringles ahead of them right now. Frapper's going to try and take the roof with this balloon. Protectable's already on the building. He's trying to trying to get onto that window. Having a little bit of difficulty there, but will finally get that angle for himself. Pringles backing away off of this building for now. And so Flashpoint, they've stolen away kind of priority for this rotate. Never mind, pushing up. There's 2 in front of them. Protectable spamming out with that R301. Kupski took a lot of damage here. He will go down. Watson picks that one up. The nades are making it difficult to fight around this bubble as well. The armor swap not quite there. Onto the blue. But he is taking away with that gas, and it looks like Flashpoint will fall. Pringles have been able to hold them off now, but here comes a third-party attempt from this squad. Fury has not been able to reset yet. Presley is still on the blue armor as well, and his health has been damaged. They do get the bat off at the very least. NPL now just not able to find the timing quite yet. Thermite ticking away. They back away from this one. Hambino has to pop that Q to rejoin his squad. So NPL will go ahead and just back off from this fight completely.
And Pop-Tarts is playing this really smart. They know they have one of the best spots. They know that all the top teams are out of the game. They know all they need to do is just win this game, and they are being set in a really good spot for the tournament. There's only 3 squads left. Pop-Tarts has armor swaps. They have one of the best spots in the zone, and they just need to.
And they get a world drop.
Yep. Hopefully we can see some Kraber action.
we have to actually talk about that world drop as well, because that actually gives them natural cover on that door. The door's already been griefed, and that world drop gives them that natural cover to the north as well. And so everything is honestly just falling into Pop-Tarts' favor. They have a respawn beacon if they need to use it. It's just everything is going so well for Pop-Tarts right now. And if they could just close this one out, it's almost a sure thing heading into game number 6.
Yep, and it just all depends on if a team decides to force a fight on Pop-Tarts, and with the way teams are playing aggressive, there is a very high probability of it. But Pop-Tarts is pinging out that they might want to rotate to somewhere else and not be the center of attention. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's crazy how good their economy is. You saw him actually pop a bat to make sure that he had a full fresh reset on his armor. Oh boy, Peacekeeper coming in for Impulse as well. And so the ability to finish out this game incredibly strong now for Team Pop-Tarts. I mean, if it wasn't before, this almost cinches it. That PK could be the difference maker here, as Impulse does scan out. Does know that Team Pringles is laying in wait over here. And you said you wanted some Kraber action. Fury's got it in his hands. We'll see if he can open up any of these fights with it.
And I'm wondering if Pop-Tarts... Oh, Pop-Tarts does know now that he has a Kraber after that shot. So Pop-Tarts has to be extremely careful on picking this team, because they could throw their game one wrong peek against Team Pringles and they could be down a man, and that's just a portal play and they're going to be gone.
Yeah, they drop the Kraber there just in case they need to use it, and they make sure that they bring over the weapon that they want to swap off onto. Again, with 4 squads remaining, it's really a lot of times the first team that makes the first move can kind of loses the game for themselves right now. It looks like, we might have had a server crash, or just all of our observers crashed, unfortunately. But damn, that was a hell of a game to not be able to see at the end game there.
Yeah, that's truly unfortunate. And Pop-Tarts was in a really good spot. That is very unfortunate.
They had about like 700 additional armor with all the armor swaps that they had there strewn across in their building.
Easily. That's really unfortunate to see, but
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a short break. Really want to, of course, apologize. Unfortunately, crashes happened even for our observers, and so hope you guys, of course, can stay patient with us. We're gonna take a short break. When we get back, we'll have game number 6, the final game of the evening here for TomCat Week here at Series E. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Hey, shake it, kiddo.
Love Dad. Oh.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. A little love when it's needed.
Imagine you love frosting and filling.
I do love frosting and filling.
Oh, well, imagine if there was a way to enjoy that delicious goodness anywhere, anytime, out of the toaster, out of the box, out of one of those baggy thingies, with nothing but a thin layer of foil between you and...
Pasta.
Yes, Curtis. This is a commercial about pasta.
I love it.
Frosting and filling for your pasta.
I like pesto.
I wasn't born in the spotlight. Nah. Had to grind and shine like a star on a hot night. And something about the struggle now resides in my muscles. And every trial and trouble helped to hang my hustle. Real rock stars don't chase the spotlight. It chases them.
New studio setup. Want to see?
Sorry, it's yellow. It's yellow on my phone.
Is that a halftime show?
No.
Oh.
This is the beginning.
Oh, I don't want to be a part of the beginning.
Tyler, are you going to be part of the halftime show with these boys on the couch?
I can do.
Do you want to get on the couch with them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is the
so-
couch big enough? Yeah. The only problem is,
how can I mount it?
well, I guess that's wood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, pretty sturdy.
Look at this.
No.
The whole building's gonna fall.
I know. Wait.
What are my choice? Water bottles?
No, I had my toy set up in a really cool way, you know, just like I do at my house. It looks really cool, but alright.
I know.
Dang, bro. Dang, let's hit it from the front. Dang. Secret handshake. Pop, pop,
He's an
pop.
aggressive. He's an aggressive
Easy.
man.
Can I eat it yet or not?
I don't know.
Nice Frank, dude.
All right, looks like Frank has a surprise for everyone.
Yes, you put it on. Put it on. Yeah.
Show it off, kid, too.
Well, I figured if we ever switch, we could have Kyle.
That'd be hilarious. We didn't know. We're like, wait, who's Kyle?
I say my fortune cookie. I'm finna be big ballin'.
Read that for the video.
You will live a life of luxury.
You know what that means, bro? Promotion. Oh, dude.
What? You're screaming at him.
I'm at the dinner table, bro.
Yeah, it's Frank's fault for taking the phone call.
We took a phone call in the middle of a fucking party room. It's a duo, and then
dude.
Kyle started literally
While you're on the phone.
You're mad at me?
No, Frank. We're yelling at Kyle.
You ready?
Hi.
We're going for it.
But it'll crack a boomer now.
All right, boys. What do we think? Who do you think's gonna win today, Connie? My money. I don't know. It's tough. I want to say my money's either on Cooler. Sam, what about you, bro? Who do you think's gonna win tonight? You don't know?
I root for MPL for a while. I like those guys.
Let's
but
go.
I think I got TSM.
TSM. Okay. TSM. What do you got?
I'm a
Underdog?
CLG man.
CLG man.
Yeah,
at
dude.
heart.
I
Let's
love
go.
madness, but then again, I love Cooler too, and Nasky's the homeboy, so.
Shaney.
What's that?
I know you're busy, brother, but who do you think's gonna win, bro? I know you can't play favorites because you're friends with basically everyone, but
Let's see. Who's gonna win? That's a tough one.
he's all. I gotta go look through
Yeah,
the
let me just
roster.
make
Let
sure.
me go look
really
through the
quick. Yeah,
roster
let me
real quick
see.
so I can.
Dude, there's so many good teams. Of course, I gotta vote for Touchebag. The Touchebags.
The
To
Touchebags,
pop
bro.
off. That'd be sick.
Here, this is bright. Whoa, hello.
That's bright.
Hey, boss man's ready. Get a little
Buy
story
this,
action.
shop.esportsarena.com. We're going live today. Swipe up on the GoPro.
Let's go.
I think that we are almost ready. I think that we're almost ready. What are you guys talking about?
They got replays, Kyle?
Yep, I think so.
This is it, my friend. Series E event, 10K. How you feeling?
Do I look good?
You look amazing.
Hey.
Is that some new?
It's
some
this.
merch?
Just new threads. New threads. Yeah, you can buy it right here, right now. Shop.esportsarena.com. Champion, not a big deal. Ever heard of them? Is it recording right now? Yeah.
Hello.
I don't think anyone wants to buy this hoodie.
No one, not a single sale yet. We only had like 300 viewers.
I know. I'm shamefully selling my body out for this.
See, you would have sold it to
I should have done this. This is your hoodie.
It goes down. Oh my goodness.
Liquid.
Yeah, zone starts all night.
With these Watson traps until however lately.
Right hand side.
Look at the numbers.
Feel the energy, Brand?
Oh, come on, the trick shot, baby!
Oh, what from the passive horizon is not
I got it. The game is already live, so.
It was just an HDMI cable. Hey, I'm just checking out my stories.
That's gonna be.
Try to challenge TSM, but they are putting the nut onto Sunny, and they will get the finish.
Owl is a big deal.
Takes out Anders with that massive.
Any beer, got 3 Delos, dude, 3 Delos.
Their batteries, and they do just in time. Rambo is the only one to trade away now. Are you kidding me? On the other side or whatnot. Here it is, the drop down as they're going for the chase. They waited for Zedman to get back in. He's going to go in for the melee kill. Pushes him into the zone with that one. And Douchebag will take the win in game number 6.
My whole entire production room behind me is literally chanting Daltouche just over and over again. So let me see those bags in chat, boys.
Okay, we have a production. We're gonna like focus it on this production, which is kind of like how we work in setup, right?
We obviously didn't prepare to have Tom leave.
Exactly. It's stuff that's
What? I told you guys it was a 50-50.
I came out here.
Right? I mean, well, Halo's gonna start. Not this Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
28.
Oh, they have 2 more.
He's trying to see the toys.
The case for your toys is underneath your desk.
I'm so why mom throw my backpack.
Hey, guess what? I'm 27.
I'm feeling. Let's go. Well, we can move over to the.
Your back hurts so bad. This guy's so rad. Brandon.
Hello, sir. Thank you. Here, Connie, I got this for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
I got you.
Appreciate you.
Enjoy that.
Stack Pringles flavors. Make new ones.
How much do you think Pringles paid these people?
Hardly anything.
Hey, you guys want to stack different Pringles flavors to create new flavor combos? Here, I'll go first. Pizza, barbecue, and jalapeno. The spicy barbecue pizza stack.
Get him!
Grandpa, what's going on?
Pringles. We're trapped in a Pringles commercial. They must have taken us in our sleep.
How can we get out?
We can't, Summer. They warned me this would happen and I didn't listen.
Stack Pringles, make endless new flavors. Stacking Pringles to make new flavors. Make endless new flavors. Barbecue, wavy, and sour cream and onion equals a 3-layer dip stack.
It's Kellogg's, Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Corn Pops, Tiger Paws. They're Jumbo. Jumbo snacks, snack time heroes. Go take them on the go. Cereal, magnified, showing up for snacking time. Jumbo snacks, snack time heroes. Go take them on the go. It's Jumbo. It's for snacking. It's Jumbo Snacks.
One shot, now the future for sure. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true sound trademark is at the edge of your dreams. Yeah. One shot, now the future is yours. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. With the bars and the breaks, I'm talking one chance that was so close for the go. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
back, ladies and gentlemen. We had an unfortunate end there to game number 5. It looked like it was a full server crash, and so without being able to get the full results for that game, where everyone's going to be placing, of course, the tournament admins have decided, of course, that's just going to be completely voided. We will have our 6th game, and we're not going to have a remake game for game number 5, so it'll just be 5 games tonight, and that is just going to be it. And so for those chances, again, let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One leaderboard as we head into the final game of the evening. Again, game number 5 has been voided out. Never mind. We're not going to be taking a look at the Mobile One leaderboard. Unfortunately, we do have problems with that right now. So yeah, looks like we're just waiting to get into game number 6, our final game of the evening. And we have to remember that we had 3 teams that had crested the 50-point mark, I believe. And so those are the teams we're going to be really trying to pay attention to throughout all of this. Pop-Tarts were amazingly consistent. They took 2 dubs throughout the nights, but Charlotte Phoenix has been fragging out, and Team Cheez-It as well had the opportunity. And so we're going to find out exactly, in game number 6, what we go into.
Yep, I believe Team Cheez-It was left in first place after game number 4, and it's actually going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, knowing these players, knowing that this is going to be the last game, and knowing that these are their scores. They might play it a little safer. They might play a little bit more aggressive. I do expect the teams with lower points to play a lot more aggressive, because they do need to drop that high kill point game compared to the top 3 teams who just need to get a consistent placement and maybe like 2 or 3 squad wipes.
Yeah, and if there's any time for a 20 bomb, it's typically our last game of the night. We'll see if anyone can actually hit that one up. But there's just been so many fights all across the map. It hasn't been really centralized anywhere. It's just everywhere at this point. We've seen Charlotte Phoenix, though, of course, making their rotates to try and find it, really taking up that northeast side of the map. As we join on board with Team Cheez-It, it's our final game of the evening here at Series E. We're dropping with 16 squads as well. And so now it looks like the beacon is here for Rakanishu, and he'll give us a first look at what our next ring's going to be. We had so many thermal endings, or so many south endings, actually, overall. Let's take a look at it.
Hopefully not a southern zone. It's looking northern. It's looking northern or central. Maybe Epi. He hasn't pulled up the map yet, but based off the way the arrow is dragging him. Oh, no.
So Harvester staging. Don't know if this one pulls up to train. So this is where, yeah, you need the beacon information where, we saw Bloodhound pop that. But we got some fights going on. Oh, never mind. It's going all the way over to Hot Springs. Okay, so playing that choke to north of Thermal Station is, I think, where a lot of teams are going to want to drop. Intel, they do have their loot cut out, as they do have that same squad from games number 1 and 2 challenge them now. It's Morphin Time stuck over here at launch right now, and they've already lost out on 1. That's Red Ranger gone. Shogun doesn't have any HP as well. Only that blue armor to work off of here as they are making their push from the other side. As, they have gone in. Holiday gets the knock, and now it's the final remaining member here for Morphin Time, as he does get flanked, has the armor swap onto the white, but it's just a matter of time. He will fall. RCO pick this one up.
And here we have Team Intel running down a team out of Thermal. Maybe it was somebody going for a beacon hit from Tree, and maybe getting a little greedy on the loot. Oh nope, his teammates are here to back him up. Pander's getting an aggressive angle on Wraith. I love when Wraith players do this, because they do have that ability to queue. It's just all about the timing. You got to queue before you get broken, and Pander's is playing this really well, getting high ground, making sure the team doesn't get high ground on them, giving his team room to push up. And it's looking like the team potentially could be running away from. Oh no.
They went for the peak, trade some damage, but he's got to be careful. And again, a lot of fighting taking place, and for the squads that are in the middle of the pack, that just means that they're running out of kill points to try and catch up against our top 3 in the lobby. And one of them, of course, Peach, able to get a knock as Panders goes in with that Eva 8. 6 has gone down for this, and Applejacks are here for the third party, coming over from Tree real fast on this third party, and they haven't been able to recover as well. A's will be able to get the knock onto Metro, and it's just a matter of time before Intel falls. And This is why the 50-50s can be so detrimental, especially when teams are this quick on the rotate now, chasing after the final remaining member of Team Intel. He's out in the open, the spray not connecting with the vaults, and I said as a matter of time, this is taking much longer than I thought, but he should ultimately go down. Duplex has to be careful though. He has been cracked. He's in by himself right now. He falls.
Oh,
Pander's picked this one up. He
no.
brings it down to a 1v2. He did have the purple armor, but he will ultimately fall. And so there we go. Team Intel are out. We're down to 13 squads now, as it looks like a big fight taking place. Charlotte Phoenix picking up 3 kills there. Rockstar picking up some kills as well, as they're over here at Refinery to find these kills on the edge. Bronzy gets the thirst onto Stripes, and now with the Beast of the Hunt popping, he has the scans and got both players on it.
Listen, let's move here.
And here we have Rockstar posted up in train yard, fighting across the train. Oh, with the Horizon ult and the huge nade, that's a free knock. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be really hard to push through this caustic gas though. Hopefully Peach doesn't get over aggressed, and Tech taking big damage. But Charlotte Phoenix finished up cleaning up that one team over in Refinery. It should be a free. Oh, Pickett going down too. You don't like to be seeing this. A third party could be coming in from anywhere.
Yeah, they got to be careful. Tech, not that healthy. He's only got 75 HP, basically. Nice thermite. Actually, just connects on the edge there. Peach taking a lot of damage now, dropping down. And that's the worrying sight. They're popping cells, meaning they don't have the bats for this. Peach will be able to get the knock onto Hambino, and Tech was able to get that port to get Matt Pickett up onto the safety of the high ground right now. Peach covering the other end of that portal here as he will start pushing forward. The res going down. Again, that's a slow reset for the fight. They will be able to secure that initial knock that they got with the black hole combo and the nades, as Peach sets up this angle on the low ground. Has to be careful. Does get peeked, and he does get tagged. He just got that med kit off. And now this makes it difficult here. Armor swap there as it's handed off. But instead, Tech swaps back on over to the purple here. And we're going to continue this fight and train.
It does seem like they're using, Rockstar's using Pickett as a lab rat almost, having him play Caustic, Bloodhound, Horizon. They got him playing everything. And we have Team Cheese It get into a hard fight in sorting. You don't want to be doing this when you're the first place team. Rakanushu being down, it's a 2v2 right now against RCO. Prodigy Aces having great high ground with the Horizon Q. They have the positioning advantage. RCO looks to be like they're backing off potentially. Maybe good thirst by Prodigy Aces. Hopefully they're able to get the recovery on Rakanushu. They're playing a no Wraith composition.
Yeah, Rockstar were able to finish off their fight, it looks like, up against that squad right now. And so with this, we do have Joey Blackout creating some space, allowing Prodigy Aces to just slide in for the res. And this team unable to punish it at all. Rakanushu is up, and Prodigy Aces will go ahead and use that gravity lift with the EVA 8 spam, gets the knock, and he's right on top of him here, wants to finish him off, hits for flesh once again. Gibraltar on his final legs, trying to make his way on out, and ultimately the EVA 8 will do its job. Prodigy Aces picks it up.
Beautifully played by Cheese It. Even with Rakanushu being knocked, you can see, you saw Prodigy Aces putting Horizon to good use, getting that height. Applejack's Duplex doing huge damage, 90 flesh on him. This is a hard fight to take. That team having height on the building, but they're doing great entry damage. Here comes the Horizon ult onto Applejacks. They might be getting sucked in. Oh.
Looks like they do survive. They clear it quickly and they just back away, but Duplex, despite not having shields, you know, he's still holding the angle for his squad, allowing them to back up, finds the timing to get that bat off now. They'll be able to reapproach this fight. Another scan out from Rolders, but looks like that team might have backed away. No, they're still on the other side of this one. Duplex forced to sell up once again. Rolders throwing out that scan, finds one in Dorito, so this squad is split up, as they do have to peek out from Triangle Building now. Going out for the wide swing, Duplex takes a lot of damage, throws down that bubble, and has the battery ready to go as well. Applejacks are slowly closing the distance on this squad. It's going to be Team Pringles on the other side. Fury with a nice little angle. Cheeky peek out in between as he goes ahead and challenges that Gibraltar now. And then finally hitting with the shots with the wingman, goes in for the spray with an R301, has the backup of the rest of his squad, and they will take out Team Applejacks.
Wow. And that was a really hard fight for Team Applejacks to take. They did make really good, they did cover really good ground and did an aggressive bubble, but Team Pringles came up top. They did have that height advantage, and they were trading damage out really well. That was a really clean fight by Team Pringles.
Yeah, Team Pringles has really been punishing a lot of squads tonight. Just haven't been able to back it up with as many finishes as well. But here we are in the top 8 at the very least. They've got another squad spotted out just across from them over here at staging now. And they want to go ahead and continue this momentum. Pushing up is Fury. He's going to try and get himself an angle with his R301. He sees them crafting here, and you know, if they're not careful, they could get an easy spray down. There we go, setting up for now, but looks like Fury's the only one posturing for this. The rest of the squad watching around him as well. Nice angle set up, doing decent damage. Joey Blackout snipes that one away from them as a port was used.
You do not want to be hopped on the crafter when Team Pringles is around. I don't know why Peach didn't bubble the crafter, or I'm not too sure what the thought process was there, but that was a great team shot by Team Pringles.
Yeah, I want to know where Team Cheez-It are here to see what angle they had to try and pick that one up. Now, they do have the respawn beacon there, but of course, Fury is applying the pressure for now and not allowing them to get it. Look at the triangle being set up, and so the high ground, along with their backs, being watched by Watson and Presley here. So full control over most of this area for the time being. Well, you got to imagine that they are already able to pick up the banner. It's just about getting him to a beacon here. They do have the options. It's still the second ring. They can go ahead and pull up north if they want to. Right now, with 8 squads remaining, there's a lot of room left on this map for them to try and reset.
And I do believe our top 3 teams are still alive. Charlotte, Phoenix, Cheez-It. Oh, looks like Cheez-It's about to commit to a fight over in Train Yard. Rakinishu is scary in that piece of the hunt. Oh, and Team Pop-Tarts isn't committing to a fight too, and it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, Team Razor on the other side of this. Zeratricky was able to pick up a second one there, taking out Lucas. Impulse has about 30 HP left, and he's popping the med kit here as Team Cheez-It are now pushing up. This might be Rockstar on the other side of this fight. Saw them fighting, of course, in Train earlier on. Joey Blackout, he's got that Nox gas grenade. Do they have the wombo combo? Zeratricky clutches up in that Pop-Tarts fight, taking him out. So Team Razor went out on this one for now. High ground angle being held by Joey Blackout, almost getting the knock. They push up here as they're going to continue to chase at this point, and they're ready to drop down. It's just the 2 below them as they do have the Wraith Q away and the port. Here come the shots. Not getting the knock quite yet, but how long will they persist on this fight? Looks like they will give up the chase and not try to push too hard here. Again, Team Cheez-It are still poised to try and win out today.
That's a smart play by Team Cheez-It, playing it smart and not fully committing, but maybe not too smart, because now there's a team with full high ground above them, and this is not a spot you want to be if you're Team Cheez-It with a team right above you. They're gonna have, oh, and they're dropping down. This is Peach and Team Rockstar dropping down on Team Cheez-It. This is not a spot you want to be in if you're Team Cheez-It.
Yeah, they've already gotten the thirst onto Rakinishu as well. Joey Blackout falls. Team Rockstar now just looking to clean up the remnants of this squad. And so it should just be Tech alive somewhere. Or excuse me, not, yeah, I am getting this all mixed up right now. Prodigy Ace is alive somewhere here. As we do have the gravity lift being used, they will chase after him as well. Peach does fall down to the low, take some damage to the ring now. But again, they need to finish this one off. It looks like they're just going to go for the res instead. They do have the bubble fast res as well. And so I like that. Some composure coming down, calling the fight at that point. They already got the thirst that they needed, and so they can eventually continue this fight. Prodigy Aces now will go ahead and peek out, but another squad has shown up, and he's gonna go ahead and use that gravity lift to take to the skies once again. Has to be careful. There's a port on top of him, and so Rockstar can get up there if they want to. Prodigy Ace is looking for an armor swap. It looks like no, they're going up. Gold armor is there. And it's Hakulo who's on the other side of this one. Razor, can they punish Team Rockstar below them? We'll see if they can spot them out. Muffin sees the one and needs to spot him out as they go ahead and push the bubble now. Get the knock onto Mac, pick it, and continue to push forward. Peaches is gone. Now it's all up to Tech once again. I'm gonna go ahead and back up off of this as they pick up the kill points here. And Peach and Matt pick it out. 5 squads remaining, 11 players left. This is only the 3rd zone.
Yeah, this is... Team Razor's looking scary right now. They've been looking scary all night. I did want to comment on Prodigy Aces. He was doing laps around Team Rockstar with Horizon. It's quite funny to watch with this Horizon queue. And Team Razor spots a guy out in the zone in train yard. I could see Team Razor going in after him. Maybe not. No, they're gonna let him go. They're gonna let him live another day.
Yeah, it was just a few seconds left before the zone started closing in, but it looks like Tech does have to commit to this, and Zero Tricky will be able to finish him off. And so now we're down to 4 squads remaining. It should be 3v1 at this point. Maybe Prodigy Ace is still alive. I don't remember if he got finished off throughout all of this, if he survived or not. Razor will be rewarded with this drop as well. Team Pringles playing the south side of the zone right now. They've got a squad ahead of them. As the scan does come out, that bubble is ending and they are pushing out now. Watson tried to set up the angle with the flank. He's going to go ahead and use that Q to get that high ground on the squad as well. They can drop down to the bottom of the train tracks, and it looks like that's what they've done.
Oh, Charlotte Phoenix going down. One of the last remaining team of our top 3. Team Razor hunting him down. But there's going to be a third party from up above.
Oh boy, that black hole, but they do just drop down. It does mean, though, that they have given up the high ground advantage here in this fight. But will they be able to retake it? It's Team Pringles that came in for that one, finishing off Mercy. Charlotte, they're still in this, but we'll see how much longer Pride can survive for. At this point as they back away now, does Team Razor. Now, they don't have the same options to try and retake the high ground. They have to commit to a zip. As here, they're getting pushed now. Muffins took a lot of damage, but looks like he's got some cover. He's got a bat going down as well. Zero Tricky keeping an eye on the high ground. Backs away to his boy. They're slowly getting walked down now. Another scan does reveal that they are all above them here. Muffin still needs to heal his health. As at any moment they could drop down. Here come the nade spam. First frag not actually connecting there. The bubble has been used. The med kit will get popped by Muffins. We'll have a port for them to get out of here. Looks like here comes a full drop down from this squad. Team Pringles want to take out Team Razor here. Here's Watson keeping an eye on that portal ending as Hakulo is the first one to go down. Team Pringles need to do this quickly here. They do get another nog, taking out Zero Tricky. Muffins is the only one alive. They will be able to get the full team fight. They'll get the armor swaps, and it's a fast reset for them. With 3 squads remaining, 5 players left, it's just 2 solos left.
Yeah, I believe Pride from Charlotte Phoenix is one of them too, and we've seen what he can do as one of the last players alive.
Yeah, he was able to red it out to top 2 earlier on, and what was it, game number 2, game number 3? I can't quite remember here. So Team Pringles with full control. It's Disrupt actually from Team Atlantis here for the TomCat Rat Cam. Let's get the multi TomCat Rat Cam. We know there's another one laying in the wings. Should be Pride, like you said. I guess Prodigy Aces did go down, and I just missed it on the kill feed. Here we go, trying to slowly walk this one in, and yeah, Pride has already found himself a spot, but you know, it's all about who do the exterminators find throughout all of this. Disrupt with the Mirage. Maybe, you know, he's gonna channel that Kagebunshin and see what he can do there. Unfortunate for him that the Mirage clones don't actually do anything other than just walk around.
Yep. Right now, this is looking like a free win for Team Pringles. They just need to find the 2 rats. And hopefully, if Pride could stick out second place, that's actually looking really good for Charlotte Phoenix. Picking up the extra placement points, it might be enough for them to win the tournament, depending on how many kill points the rest of the teams have.
Yeah, Presley just showing off his ballerina skills there, doing some pirouettes for us. Thank you. Love your dancing. Multi-talented man there. There we go. Pride actually
picking up.
Disrupt. Hey,
Wow.
that's gonna be 3 points that they put on. Rat exterminated, and so yeah, he gets the additional +2 from 7 to 9 points, and then he gets that kill point. So that's gonna be 3 extra points. And Team Pringles, this wasn't the most exciting end, but they take the win, the final game of the evening.
This is going to be a really close tournament. I'm actually really excited to see. I have no idea what the outcome is going to be. We're going to have to wait till the scores are added up.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have to wait until the scores are added up. So that means we are going to take our final break of the evening. And when we get back, we'll announce our winners for tonight. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
It is. Guess who is one of the rats? It's our boy, Rat Boy Ronnie.
TC Scissors is the first rat to go down.
He could potentially win this game, Jamerson. They're not really showing the rat much respect. Another rat. Another TomCat rat cam. It's just him again.
Q in. Does he actually make it to the building safe? He doesn't. Oh no. That was
Wow,
the quickest
Ronnie.
nope out of there, but he's gone.
Sliced.
4 squad left.
Sliced. The rat.
The hell are they doing all the way down here? Clinical. Team Applejacks, though, left to still rat this one out as it's the TomCat double rat cam, Bronzies and Aves.
Looks like their third player has been lagging out, which is super unfortunate.
Rockstar are still in this. Matt Pickett ratting this one out as the first TomCat rat cam. Team Lonely Fans is Blueberry Small, the only one alive. He doesn't have any armor as well. He's going to try and sneak his way underneath, avoid a lot of that damage, and tucks himself into a corner.
Yeah, let's see if Ronnie can win this one out. We were just actually talking about this for Team Pop-Tarts.
Even though dead for KCP after we saw them dead for NB. So 6 to 5 NB narrowly.
Kelly's attention to the play. Yeah. One tries to avoid it. Trippy gets a 5 for his efforts there.
Versus coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true side trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking. Yeah. One shot, now the future is yours. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. Put the balls in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at the soul. Goes for the goal. It's one shot. Now the future is yours. Let's go.
All right, welcome back to Series E. Of course, due to some unfortunate technical stuff, we only played the 5 games out tonight, but it was still a really close ending there at the end of our final game of the evening. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One leaderboard, and it will be Charlotte Phoenix edging out Team Cheez-It by 4 points to take the win. We even had Team Pop-Tarts up in the mix there by 10 points. Unfortunate for them there, as they started off strong in the first half. After 3 games, they had about 50 some odd points, Lion.
Yep, and that's where the consistency comes in. After 3 games, having 50 points and playing another 2 and scoring another 14, Charlotte Phoenix was able to come out on top. Pride did come in huge with 2 rat plays, gaining Charlotte Phoenix maybe an extra like 10 to 12 points off of his ratting, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, the extra 3 points right there. Well, if they hadn't gotten it, of course, it would have still been a 1 point lead and they would have taken the win. But that's why you never count yourself out. We see, of course, the Wraith Rats being able to do so much throughout all this. Imperial Howl in the past as well. We've seen Gambit's Hardeki go off. It was so much. And so congratulations to Charlotte Phoenix for taking the win tonight. And of course, Team Cheez-It as well, taking second place finish. But it's good to see, of course, so many of our partnered teams there in the top 10 at the very end there. Of course, Team Pringles, Razor, Rockstar, and Pop Tarts rounding out the top 6 there, along with Rice Krispie Treats in 7th. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mobile One high performance moment of that last game. And honestly, our entire night has just been high octane. It was Team Cheez-It in this fight. You can see Prodigy Ace is backing up off of this fight when he was so low. Thankfully for him, the knock came out onto Holiday, allowing him the time to get up, use that bat, and then, of course, have this nasty angle that very, very few people can actually challenge.
Yeah, and this high angle definitely benefited them, and you can see the other team portaling and trying to get their teammates safe so they can get the res, and they wasted portal there, and then Joey Blackout notices that and pushes up, and then while Prodigy Aces goes and sticks a res while Joey Blackout gasses the other team out. This is just really well played by Cheez-It, giving Prodigy Aces the Horizon Q, regen, and just a huge R301 spray onto him. Just a really well played.
You can see
by Cheez-It.
He just peppers away with them at them with that EVA 8 to finish them off as well. And this is why I love seeing Horizons. Just the Q alone, I still feel is so incredibly strong. Despite all the nerfs that she's been receiving over the past couple of patches, I think she's still in a fantastic state. Right now, as you can see, a lot of squads in our final game of the evening did show off what a Horizon can do in these games.
Yep, and Horizon is extremely powerful if played right. The Horizon meta is not one to be messed with, that's for sure. It's actually quite interesting to see, like, I don't believe Team Cheez-It was running Horizon the whole tournament, if I'm corrected.
Yeah, I think it was just the final game here where they ran that Horizon. They were one of the squads that were running it earlier on as well. I think shifting a lot around to try and fit the meta, but maybe we have a resurgence. We'll see again as the playoffs do come around the bend, and we'll see exactly how the meta shapes up. But this is, of course, just our first night. We got one more night. It's going to be the pro night tomorrow. We will be starting the show at 3 p.m. And so make sure you have that all set to tune in. Our 9 partner squads will be facing off against teams like Liquid, TSM, and everyone else you know and love. But that does mean, of course, that's it for us. Lion, thank you so much. I believe we have you again tomorrow. And so you get a good night's rest. And everyone else at home, thank you all for tuning in. And we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank you all and have a good night.
Have a good